Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Guys Sports Night. I'm here as always with Ed. And if you are watching us, that means you think the Pro Bowl sucks too. We're going to talk a little bit about everything tonight. We're going to talk about the Major League Baseball. I'm sorry, it's not the Major League Baseball, the World Baseball Classic, which I am suddenly enwrapped in. We're going to talk a little bit about the Senior Bowl. Some of the prospects that jumped off the map over the last week as we get closer to the NFL draft. And then we're going to grade some coaches. How these teams did on the NFL coaching searches. I think we've kind of wrapped up the last one, right? We're just waiting for the Super Bowl to end, but contracts are in terms for Seattle's QB to go to Cardinals, right?
No,
Raiders. Before it went to the Cardinals. Yeah. So we're going to kind of talk a little bit about all that. You're welcome to join us. Comment down in the section below. Love to hear your words of encouragement on how awesome the Guys Sports Night is. And if you wish to join the show, just let us know as well. We can bring you in and you can do your own little live skit on what you think if you want to argue with Ed. Because the one thing that we can guarantee on this show is that right in the middle of Ed's speech on why he's so right, he will admit that he is so wrong.
No, not at all. Not at all. But what's going on, Will? How are we doing tonight?
Good, brother. Obviously, like I said, the Pro Bowl is going on right now. Did you know the Pro Bowl was going on right now?
As if I didn't just ask you, did I miss the Pro Bowl? Like, not even 25 seconds ago, I just asked you, I was like, did I miss the Pro Bowl? Did we just gloss over that? And you look at me and go, I think it's happening right now.
Yeah, I the only reason I had any clue is because before the show I checked Instagram and I saw a highlight of Denzel making some crazy catch in the back corner of the end zone. Obviously with no helmet or pads or anything on because this is the NFL.
Yeah. I used to make those same catches out at recess when I was, at school. When I had some of my buddies, nothing like backyard football.
Yeah, dude. The idea that they it's so sad because I remember the Pro Bowl back in the day, red versus blue jerseys, the NFC versus AFC uniforms, and then they had their team helmets on. You got to watch, Jerry Rice with Brett Favre or Reggie White going against, or playing on the same defensive line or whatever.
You're really missing a more iconic moment. All of it.
What's that?
During the Pro Bowl, I forget who it was, but they ran a fake punt, and the punter's running to the right side of the sideline, and all of a sudden Sean Taylor comes out of nowhere and boom, fucking cracks him.
I don't remember that play.
Bro, it was hilarious. It's just, he comes in like a heat-seeking missile. It's a fake punt in the Pro Bowl, and I'm not shitting you. Sean Taylor just comes in, just threw everybody, and boom, fucking cracks him.
All right, let's see.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, Sean Taylor hit on, who was it? Brian Moorman,
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that hit was back in 2006. It was literally 20 years ago.
Went to the right side, all of a sudden. Oh, God damn! Oh my God, dude. This is 12 years ago, 14 years ago. Oh my God, dude. Dude, that punter will never run a fake punt again. He's like, what the fuck? What? This is fucking. Oh! God, that is just awesome. Oh, look at the fans are going crazy. Dude, that is just awesome because that's exactly how the Pro Bowl should be played. Dude.
Every
the best of the best going against just all out. I know it's not necessarily going to be the case, but man, that's awesome. I don't remember that hit, but that is great. That's almost as great as Pat McAfee's hit on the kick return against the it was the Colts versus the Broncos. Yes.
And it's not Trinidad Chambliss. It wasn't Trinidad James either. Oh my God.
I know who you're talking about. It's Trinidad something. Right?
Yeah. And he's running the sideline. Pat McAfee just picks him up, boom, and cracks his ass. Yeah. I can't believe wow, I'm shocked. I can't believe I remember that and you don't.
Yeah, that's
what I'm trying to say.
You know what? Hold on. While we're doing this, the people that are watching would probably like to see this as well. So
yeah,
we're going to make sure that we are sharing that in the future.
Death taxes, and someone commented death taxes and Ed's mic not working on YouTube. I saw that.
Yeah, I bet you did see that.
That was funny. I was like, oh, great. Thanks.
Oh, man.
Also, funny. Shout out to the person that tells me that I look around way too much when I talk. It's the ADHD. I can't help it. It's just who I am. Just accept me for me and my wrong opinions, allegedly sometimes. It is what it is.
Well, hey, a lot to get to. The Browns hired a head coach. He interviewed today. It was
they did.
Kind of slow, methodical interview. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I couldn't catch it.
You know, the thing with the press conference these days, it's like anybody could win the press conference. Nothing's going to happen at the press conference. You know, I did learn the reason you like this job is because you're going to rebuild an offense from the ground up, essentially. So yeah, if you play offense for the Cleveland Browns today, it might have been your last day, unless your name's Shedeur Sanders.
Well, you saw they hired the offensive coordinator in the Ravens too, or to the Browns. He was the passing game coordinator for the Ravens.
Yeah.
So he's bringing over a lot of guys from Baltimore.
Yeah, interesting because, you know, we're going to get to the coaching grades later, but for all the hype around Harbaugh, why isn't he getting some of these guys? I heard he just got turned down, or actually I heard the Steelers just got turned down by a couple of guys yesterday. So interested to see how these, you know, that's one of the big things about finding the right NFL coaches. Is he going to be able to find the right coaching staff to come with him? Yeah. That's the complaint against the young guys, right? They've only been in the league for 2 years. Who the fuck are they going to bring in? The running backs coach going to be your offensive coordinator because that's the only guy who's going to join with you, etc. But yeah, hey, whoever's listening, please like, subscribe, join the show anytime that you'd like. We'll be happy to send you out an invite and you can come on and join in the argument. But this is the one sports
link down below.
The one sports show where we want to invite you to join us on the podcast, as it just makes it more fun when a bunch of guys can get together and talk sports.
It's just guys being dudes.
Guys being dudes, dudes being guys. Right?
Totally. Allegedly, of course.
All right. So the objective for the week, to start off talking about the Senior Bowl, Ed and I were going to come up with 3 guys that kind of stood out, made some ground for themselves. We actually had a couple that kind of the same, picked out a couple of the same guys, and it's not news to anybody that pays any attention to the Senior Bowl, which I feel like doesn't get the hype or the show that it should, but it's funny to watch. It's like watching Pee Wee football, where like the offense huddles up and then goes up to run the play, and like the coaches are behind them to make sure they don't fuck up, except this is like 100 scouts, assistant coaches, and everything else that are there to like watch like how he flexes or how he comes around a bend on a sack and stuff. And I'm like, how do these guys not just end up pancaking some fucking of these guys that are just standing 5 feet behind a drill? Like, don't mind me. I'm just here's my clipboard taking notes as you just come full speed at the quarterback.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because I actually think that is actually scarier than going into like 100,000 person stadium and playing a football game, because when you're in the stadium and the crowd is going and everything like that, you're solely focused. Obviously, tunnel vision. You just play, like, you're not even thinking about the rest of this. But the second all that noise dies, and all you hear is a bunch of pens clicking and people writing down, it's like, oh, fuck.
And then it's on to the next drill. Yeah. If you are listening to the show as well, comment on the audio tonight. We had some issues with audio last week. We think it had to do with the Discord and the fact we're trying to bring it in live. So hopefully you're able to hear everything okay tonight. But Ed, you had a couple. Why don't you go ahead and talk about one of the guys that you picked as your top 3?
Yeah, so really when they were looking at the Senior Bowl, I've been high on this guy all year long. I loved him. I fell in love with him as the season progressed. Even at the start of the season, it's Jacob Rodriguez. Yeah. He's a 6'1", 223 linebacker out of Texas Tech. That team was nasty all year. That whole defense is great. Texas Tech really has always been kind of the middle of the road, I think, program. Really, they're not big enough to compete with LSU, Texas A&M, but they're definitely not a smaller school. Yeah. But now, I mean, this year looked great for them. They had a lot of good players, and Jacob was one of them. If I had to really give him like kind of a NFL comp, I'd say I would really kind of make him almost Carson Schwarzenegger. He doesn't have the speed, and he's not as like mobile as him, but he just makes a shit ton of tackles. He's not afraid to get after the ball. He's one of those old school linebackers that wants to get hit.
Yeah, the one thing I'd say though about he's still small. He's still that like nickel back. Like it's almost like a JOK. He's a little bit taller than JOK, but if he's on that wrong defense, the thing about linebackers, and this is interesting because every year, like, the linebacker is becoming less and less part of the NFL game, right? As more and more we pass, safeties become linebackers. Yeah. Linebackers, it's not like a Ray Lewis isn't going to dominate the game of football anymore.
Yeah, it's more defensive backs too. It's the same thing because your safeties have to be able to play in coverage like your corners, and then they can blitz like on nickels and dimes.
Yeah, it's changed the game completely. You don't see hits like that hit from Sean Taylor anymore in the NFL.
I don't think you're allowed, to be fair. I don't think you're allowed to make that kind of hit anymore.
Oh, man. But so a couple of linebackers did stand out. You had him. There's also the gentleman from Pitt, Kyle, what is it, Lewis, who had a big game or a big showing, I should say, at practice, his measurables. But once again, he's like under 6 foot tall. I think I've got some. Did I put Rodriguez on here? I didn't put Rodriguez on here for his highlight clips. But
I mean, even if you just type in the name, you can see him. He's a tackle machine. He plays awesome. He's always attacking the football.
I mean, the one good thing about any of these guys, they're all seniors. So I feel like linebacker is the one position where a senior is going to help your ball IQ.
Yeah.
But once again, we're talking about size here. I mean, how these guys translate into the NFL would be hard to tell. How big was Schlesinger when he came out? He's what, 6'2", 250, I think?
I think so. Something like that.
I mean, it's just going to matter of, what a team's looking for in a linebacker, what kind of defense they run, and really what conference they're playing into. I don't think Rodriguez is a AFC North linebacker. Because he doesn't have the speed to play like a strong safety type position.
He's not. I mean, he's just not built for that role.
Yeah, he could be an AFC West linebacker though.
Sure.
He could definitely play in a McVay defense. It's like light and agile, and
I think anybody could play in a McVay defense. I think McVay can take anybody he wants to in the league and make him great.
Dude, that dude is ridiculous, man. Well, other than Jarrett Stidham, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm thinking of
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, but. McVay's not going to be in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl this year. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to see Stafford.
He already won one.
I know,
but fine. He's been to 2.
Now you're Stafford. Do you come back after having an MVP season?
Yes.
And then what if you suck next year? You go out crap.
You're going to be 38 years old. So what?
Man. All right. Dude, my prospect, and every year there's like somebody that I fall in love with. And I'm not sure if this guy, I fell in love with him because he's actually going to be great or if he just has like the measurables. Didn't stack up a whole lot of yards. But Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame, dude, 6'4", 220, just runs like a freaking gazelle. He's measured out at going like 4.5, which will probably put him in like that second, third round draft pick area.
Yeah.
But if he runs like a 4.41, a 4.4, even, I think that'll put him into the back of the first round. You'll be competing with like David Boston. But if you watch, this dude's just got some insane skill sets. All right, let's see.
I mean, 36 for 630 is pretty good, and not as many catches. Wow.
Yeah, just dude is sick. And I mean, playing at Notre Dame, obviously, it's not like you're going against weak talent, but he just looks like he tracks the ball so well when you watch some of these boats. There's one that comes up for it. And see, this is the thing when I talk about like when you're watching receivers, like it's so easy to come up with highlights where these guys are wide open. But when you see him actually go up and grab the ball like that, like it just gets you excited.
You're really high point of football.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is the one. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously making contested catches. This is the kind of guy that Cleveland Browns need. I would love to see this guy end up in Cleveland with like a late second round.
Yeah.
Pick. Oh, just look at that, dude.
So here's my problem with watching any highlights. It doesn't tell the full story of the player.
No, of course not, because it's the best plays of the season, right?
Yeah.
And he only had, what it was, 60 catches, I think?
36 catches
36
for 630 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could make a whole video on 36 catches.
That's true. It's true.
But, like I said, the measurables are there. I think he reminds me of, God, this is an old name. I'm trying to even think of he has the potential to be a guy like Devontae Adams, where, like, uses his hands really well to create enough space to just make the catch.
Do you remember a guy named Devin Smith by any chance?
Devin Smith?
Number 9, Ohio State.
No.
This is the vibe I get from him.
Well, obviously, I don't remember his name, so that's
so Devin Smith was a huge wide receiver for Ohio State, and not in terms of size or anything, but just in terms of impact.
Yeah,
he was the type of player that he never flashed super crazy. He was never that big name. He wasn't a Michael Thomas. He wasn't a Garrett Wilson, a JSN or anything.
Right.
But you watch this guy's highlights and you question to yourself, holy shit, how did this dude not work out in the NFL? Amazing. He's arguably my favorite college wide receiver of all time.
Well, and that's the issue, right, with a lot of these players is how they're going to translate to the NFL. I mean, even the best in the business, you think about, you think all the scouts that are out there in the NFL, how many do they get wrong?
Oh,
you know, how many dropped to the 7th round? Like, you remember Marcus Colston from the Saints?
Yeah.
7th round tight end out of Hofstra, I think. And he was like one of the best receivers in football for probably 10 years.
Look at it. And, Will to even double down on that Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or all these all these UDFAs
that
become studs. They're like, how did this kid fall through the cracks? Like, nobody, it's all flawed.
Yeah, of course.
Any measurement. And I think the statistic is it's in the first round, 1/3 of the guys will be NFL stars. 1/3 of the guys will be NFL starters or average NFL players, and the other 1/3 will be out of the league completely.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? That's just talking about your first round. That's the top 30 best players that you could draft right there. Boom.
Yeah. And here's the other aspect of it too. It's like, it is a crapshoot. I mean, you look at somebody like DK Metcalf had all the attributes of being but somehow he slips to the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And he ends up being a great downfield receiver. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would happily have him on a Cleveland Browns roster any of the last 7 years he's been in the league or whatever. But, coming before the draft, he got all the hype about this dude who was like 6'4", 6-pack, 220, had an NFL pedigree in his family. And he still slips to the end of the 2nd round. I think we
something like that. I don't remember. I don't even remember. I think it was 2018, 19.
Terrell Owens. I can't remember now, but I think Terrell Owens was a third round receiver, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, any of these guys can drop, and then any of them can just, you don't know how that game's going to translate.
I mean, dude, look, Dak Prescott, Mississippi State, fourth rounder.
Yeah. And prolific quarterback right now. I mean, he had one of his best seasons.
Tony Romo undrafted?
Either that or like a 6th round pick.
He was something like
surprising that. That's where the Cowboys, and stay tuned because we're going to talk about the Cowboys a little bit later during one of the segments. But yeah, super interesting how the Cowboys haven't had like that big gun top 10 quarterback, like, because that's kind of eventually where they would have to go. And then they find these guys off the heaps and they do all right with them.
You don't think the Cowboys have had a top 10 quarterback?
Top 10 drafted quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Really, they haven't invested into that position since Aikman.
Yeah. They also haven't had to. I mean, you went from Tony Romo to a couple years in between, and then
some bad
Dak
years
Prescott.
in between. Some bad years in between. Yeah, but you look at some of the quarterbacks that like they just randomly appeared out of nowhere, and then it worked out for him. All right, next one I've got pulled up here is Garrett Nussmeier out of LSU.
The Nuss bust, baby.
So had an awesome 2024. And then had a shit 2025. I know injuries kind of played against that.
It all went to shit, though. I don't put it fully on Garrett.
I'm not sure where I.
Also, Brian Kelly is an asshole.
Well, and
that dude is the most unlikable human being on the planet.
Yeah, and that roster obviously took a huge hit over the last couple of years. I mean, they're known for being wide receiver U, and they really.
It's debatable.
You're gonna say what, Ohio State?
Of course.
I mean, you're a homer. That's okay. But I mean, up until I'll give you the last 4 years at Ohio State. But prior to that, it was LSU. Like they had the dogs. Anyway, I think that the Senior Bowl MVP is kind of like this token award given to this one quarterback that showed up okay, but I don't think he's going to translate to anything in the NFL. I think he's a wish list. He's 6'1", has a strong arm, but ultimately don't think he's going to amount to anything. I know you liked him, and you think his draft stock climbed on this weekend.
Yeah. I think quarterback in itself holds an innate kind of value.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you look at them. Okay. If PJ Walker, a 44-year-old Joe Flacco, and Phillip Rivers can still be called upon, if Cam Newton out of retirement, you know what I'm saying? Like if Josh McCown and Colt McCoy and all these guys can innately hold their value all throughout the years, quarterback, regardless of who they are, regardless if you're a 5th, 6th, 7th, or undrafted free agent, just because you can sling the ball and understand an offense means that you're going to hold some value in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Okay. We saw it a couple years ago where it was a run of QBs. It was the McCarthy Penix draft.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what is going on? Why are all these quarterbacks being taken? It's plain and simple.
They're quarterbacks.
They're quarterbacks. Exactly.
I still think Nussmeier will come out to be a 2nd, 4th round pick. Nothing about him really like that exciting. In fact, I'm going to skip his highlights because I just don't care that much.
Him, Cade Klubnik also, he had a high draft stock going into the year. He had a shit year at Clemson. And I still think he can be great. My biggest thing for me is whenever you touch a quarterback, or regardless of the college that they went to, it's all about who's there to help coach them and who's there to elevate them.
Yeah, of course.
With anybody. I mean, with anybody.
The roster that's going to be put around them, the coaches that are going to coach them, and just the process in general that the team puts them through. I think we saw that last year, just here in Cleveland, like that was a shit show. Honestly, the way that season was set up, you trade your veteran out of the room in 3 weeks into the season or 4 weeks into the season. You leave a room with just 2 rookie quarterbacks. Your veteran in the room was Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
I mean, they just did. The fact that we had any kind of offense resembled in the last, 6 weeks of the season with Shedeur was just kind of a shock. Speaking of Shedeur, hopefully he's throwing for awesome, just touchdown after touchdown in the Pro Bowl flag.
I'm gonna get to that point here in a second, but I just want to say this before anything else.
Yeah,
we have to stop thinking about progression in a player is linear.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning as time goes on, everything's going to be elevated. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hard sport to play. Any professional sport is hard. Quarterback is one of the hardest positions to play in all of football. And it takes so much time. Well, so the thing is you have to sit there and let things marinate. Let that chicken in that bag with that barbecue sauce, soy sauce, seasonings, and whatever, let it all soak up into that player and let him, go at his own pace.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is we talk about like the adaptation of a quarterback to the NFL game, right? People are like, oh, it takes them a while to learn all the defenses. Well, you're never going to learn all the defenses because there's somebody that's in the league that's adapting their defense every single year.
There are people that are paid to adapt the defense.
Yeah, the other aspect of that, I mean, but you can get better at reading it, right? Like you can start to, it really becomes about your ability to study film and what to look for in film, I think is where the learning curve really kicks in because it's not like college.
Yeah.
The other aspect is the athletes just keep getting better and better. You think your wide receiver who runs a 4.4 or 4.3 is fast. He's got a safety on him that you can beat him on a post across the middle, and that safety gets a jump on the ball because he's got a burst that's just out of this world. And you're starting to see that more and more. I think that's where even now, if you look at the tight ends, you're going to see more of the Kyle Pitts at tight end. You're going to see more of the
Colston Lovelands, the Harold Fannons,
you're going to see more
Warrens.
athletes at that position because you're looking for that last advantage. And we already talked about it, right? Like that linebacker position is already starting to adapt and change. You're trying to get more coverage linebackers into the league.
Yeah.
The bruisers like Ray Lewis, who can't keep up with a tight end who runs a 4.5, are finding less and less time on the field.
And we just want to say Ray Lewis can absolutely catch that guy, but there's only one Ray Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next on my list, and he was on yours as well, was TJ Parker out of Clemson. I've seen him last year as high as like a top 20 pick, top 15 pick.
Yeah.
This year I've seen the same. I mean, I like him, but when I look at him side by side to like a Bain or what's the linebacker?
David Bailey or Arvell Reese.
Yeah, Arvell Reese. When you look at him side by side, like there's just a lack of burst. Like he does not have the online. He reminds me more of like a Brandon Graham, though. He's got like super strong hands. He plays the ball really, really fucking well.
He'd suit very well in a 4-3 defense rather than a 3-4.
Yeah, you know what? If he plays it a 3-4, then I think he just becomes more of a run stopping defensive end versus your pass rusher defensive end. Cause like I said, he plays the run really well. In fact, I'm going to pull up some of his highlights here. And you can see when he's lined up, like he gets off the ball quick. Like you just see him fight through like 3 guys right there without any issue. Here he beats a guy to the outside, but you're not going to find right tackles that bad unless you're in Cleveland, or playing Cleveland, I should say. But like when you see him like right here, like just bully up on that tackle and make a mess,
So you want him as a coverage linebacker that stands up and off the line of scrimmage?
Who, him?
Yeah.
No, he's gonna play a 4-3 linebacker. He's just not gonna be. You don't draft him in the top 10 because he's not gonna be a guy who gets you 12 sacks a year. He's gonna be like that Bradley. I saw a lot of comps to him to Bradley Chubb. I think he's more of a Brandon Graham. Frankly, I think he hits hard. I think he makes some plays. And I think he'll definitely get off the ball or get off the blocks quick. Like right here, this is one right here. Like he holds that freaking tackle up. Actually, it's a tight end, but he holds them up and he makes the play. This is just a chase from behind block. Where's the other one? I think this is the last one. Yeah, that was a nice way to jump on the
He's
pop.
a hustler.
Yeah, I mean, he fights to the whistle. He goes in. I think this is it right here. Yeah, I mean, he just does a great job at like getting off the blocks, using his hands. So I think that there'll be a spot for him in the NFL. I think he'll be a first round pick. I would not be surprised though if he ended up being a ladder pick.
He's a top 40 guy for me. I can see him go either bottom of the first round, maybe top of the second, maybe even middle of the second round. Realistically, I don't think if he falls any further, it's probably due to arm length, medicals, or anything else. I mean, speed doesn't for an edge rusher doesn't bother me necessarily. I don't really care how fast my edge rusher is. I care more about the fact that he can break through tackles.
I need him getting off blocks. I need him to work his hands. Oh, that's just ugly. But you know, he's one of those players. I didn't even realize he was a senior. Like, good for him for staying that extra year.
Well, because Clemson was favored to win the Natty going into this past year.
That was nasty. Yeah. I mean, that right there is where it's at. Like, if you can go ahead and get off your block, fight through that, and then still come up and help make the tackle. I mean, that's the kind of guy
he's got a great high motor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, again, he's one of those guys that, like we talked about in the first round, you know, 1/3 of this class are NFL stars. 1/3 of the class is just average starters, and 1/3 of the class is busts.
Yeah, or
he's probably a starter.
Yeah. I'd imagine. Oh, I'd definitely say he's a starter. I think it'll take some time for him to develop into that starter position, but I think that's absolutely the case.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he'd be great to line up on the opposite side of a Myles Garrett, right? And I'm not saying Cleveland needs him. I'm just saying, like, if you don't need him.
If you have a veteran pass rusher next to you, it's going to benefit him completely.
Yeah. If you have a 12, 15 sack guy on the other side,
well, by nature, it's going to free him up. It's going to free him up, but you also have to be concerned with how is he developing? Is he playing this well because he has a star next to him, or is he playing this well because he's picking up reads at the line? He's picking up these defensive audibles and these offensive audibles as well. You know, those are things that you have to factor in.
So I think he's going to end up in Green Bay.
I mean, I could see it
on the opposite side of Micah
I don't think
Parsons.
Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay has picked 60. They're not. I don't think he's going to fall that far.
Don't they have 22? 24, 26?
No, they traded it, dude. That's how they got Micah Parsons.
Shit. They don't have a draft pick for like 3 years.
First rounder, at least.
I
fucking hate that.
You do, but you love having Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have him next season though.
Yeah,
ACL tear.
Yeah, dude, it sucks when it happens mid-season, dude. And I mean, he's what, 28, 29, or 26. So those are tough to come back from too, man. It sucks when you see that happen. I mean, look at Clowney. He was never the same after his knee injuries.
I think medical injuries have become, or medical procedures have well advanced themselves.
Yeah,
past that point. So I'm not concerned about it. I'm annoyed with the fact that we need so much help and there's no way we can get it at pick 60.
Yeah,
because we need a wide receiver and we need cornerback and we're always banged up and we have no money. So,
well, it could be worse. You could be the Cleveland Browns, have no money.
Then we choked an 18-point
and had the worst roster.
Yeah, but then we also choked an 18-point lead to the Bears.
Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit too. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about the Green Bay Packers and their defensive coordinators.
I don't want to talk about position. I don't want to talk about
that. All right.
Anyway,
next on topic, the Cleveland Browns front office. What to be expected? They just hired Monken. The more I listen to him, I think he's going to be a great fit for 1 year while the team tanks and signs and drafts Arch Manning next year. No, I mean, he made a comment today. He said, it's not the coaching always, it's the players.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to have players that are skill players that are, elite. And this opportunity is most exciting, essentially, because I get to build it from the ground up. So if he's got a vision for an offense, which it sounds like he does, then, good for him because he's going to be able to build. He's going to be able to help take part in film the draft. But where I was going to go with this is, I don't know how much. For me, it'd be impossible. Seeing what Stefanski's doing in Atlanta, it'd be impossible for me to want that head coaching job here in Cleveland because I think Barry's got so much control over what you do. He reminds me of like Moneyball when Billy Beane just goes, fine, you don't want to fucking change the roster? I'm fucking trading. I just traded him. I think that's what Stefanski kind of just gave up on. He got tired of his roster being fucked around with. I definitely don't think he wanted to trade Flacco after 3 or 4 weeks into the season because he knew that was his death wish.
Yeah.
Now you see what really was going on behind the scenes because Stefanski's getting the whole gang back together. Now, obviously, he brought Tommy Reese over there to be his OC. Didn't expect that. I was kind of shocked. But he went back and got Van Pelt, who they fired after they traded Baker, if you remember, right?
Yeah.
And then they went on their, offensive coordinator, where they went Dorsey, and then they went somebody else, I think. I can't remember who it was. They fired Van Pelt and signed somebody else.
I think it was Ken Dorsey, and then it obviously was Tommy Reese.
Yeah, I think there's one more in between there. But, I mean, Van Pelt was awesome, dude. I mean, I honestly thought that he might have been a better play caller than Stefanski after that Pittsburgh game.
For what he was at his time with the Browns, he was good.
Yeah, he was great for Baker.
What has he even been doing since he's been gone?
I don't know. I think he was a quarterbacks coach for somebody, but I don't remember who. But anyhow, I saw that hire and I called it out to you. I was like, if he hires Alex Van Pelt, then that shit was forced.
And you sent me a screenshot, and I responded with, "The gang's back together."
Yeah. So
the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a huge tell on really where the Cleveland Browns stand at the end of this year. There's no chance Barry has a job if they do not win 10 games.
Dude, I think he's already out the door.
There's just no way.
There's no way this team is going to win 10 games, dude.
I don't think so either. So then you got to get rid of Barry because he's obviously the problem and he's got so much control. But you know what? That's that problem with executives getting to hang out with executives. Like he's playing buddy on the private jets. He's fucking hanging out with Jimmy Haslam and all his other meetings and stuff like that. He's just got that ability to kind of go sneaky behind the head coach's back and blame it all on the head coach when the head coach isn't there. They're sitting up there in the suite when it's 20 degrees. The head coach is down there on the field trying to get his guys to play for a fucking 2-win football team. And they're up there talking about, we're going to fucking move on from Kevin and go get fucking this schmuck, Todd Monken.
Yeah, that's every executive with their owner ever, probably.
I agree. So, I mean, the fact that those guys all followed Stefanski just tells me that Barry had more to do with the losing the last couple of years than Stefanski did, and I'll be interested to see what the playback on that is.
Okay, well, let's also be fair here. That Browns team is not that Falcons team currently. So the results may vary here. So congrats, you can put all the pieces back together like that.
That Falcons team is in the worst division in football record-wise, and they have 8 wins last year, and we're half a game out of the playoffs.
Yeah, and now they get to go up against the Panthers team that's going to get better, and a Buccaneers team that's still going to give them hell.
I mean, we're hoping that
a Saints team that can still compete on any given day.
Yeah, but you look at those teams, and they could all compete on a given day. But guess what? So can Atlanta. And if they get that offense cranking, and you got Bijan Robinson back there just running,
Bijan.
I like Bijan.
It's Bijan
Robinson,
like Dijon mustard. Bijan.
Either way, I mean, you have him have it. Maybe Kevin Stefanski learned his lesson. He's like, you know what? I might only have this guy for 2 years.
There is no fucking chance that Kevin Stefanski ever learned his lesson.
I'm telling you, watch. He's gonna average 28 carries a game next year. We're gonna be like, where the fuck was that when fucking Nick Chubb was here?
He got that. What are you fucking talking about?
Nick Chubb never averaged more than 20 games or 20 carries a game in a regular season.
He didn't have to. He had great wide receivers next to him. We had a great passing game when he was here.
Yeah, but if we would have ran the ball more, we probably would have won more that second season of Baker.
Okay, that is so fucking subjective. Like,
it's really not. When you look at I don't have all of the stats.
I was going to say,
but if you break down the games that we lost, every game we lost in the last 8 games of the season, we lost by less than a one-score game, and Nick Chubb averaged 15 carries a game the last 8 games of the season. And if you looked at that, you would have been and here's the other part. He was averaging over 6 yards a carry the last 8 games of the season, or 5.8 or something like that. So you put it down together. If we would have ran the football more, Green Bay, for instance, if we would have ran the football more and Baker could have thrown 1 less interception, we probably would have been in the playoffs that year, and that would have been a different outcome the following year.
We also could have went to the AFC Championship game. Had
Hollywood fucking Higgins.
Yeah, barring a helmet-to-helmet no call.
We're still not over that.
No, we're not. I'm never gonna get over it.
All right, coaching grades. Let's start with the Raiders.
Right.
They've got their hands on Kubiak. I don't know how long he's been with Seattle. If he's been there 2 years now, but obviously he didn't fuck up Sam Darnold. And they're in the Super Bowl. So where do you rank that higher?
How many are we ranking right now?
Well, just give me a grade, A through F.
I think it's a solid B+ grade. I think from what he's done with his short time in Seattle, with his name that obviously Kubiak carries, I think he's going to do some great things. I think he's got a lot of work ahead of him, though. I mean, there's building blocks there. You're going to get Mendoza. You have Bowers. You have Genty. That offensive line is a fucking nightmare. That defense still needs some work, but you have Crosby as well. I mean, there's some pieces there, and I think it's a good coach. It's a small drop in a bucket for what they need to do, but it's a starting point.
Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of if they're going to give him the leeway to actually make something happen. I think so, too. I think it's a B grade. It could be an A, honestly, depending on what kind of power he holds and wields. Get him to work. Obviously, you're right. He's going to have a quarterback, so that's a win. Hopefully, that's a no-brainer for them to pick up Mendoza. I've always thought, though, when you look at a team like that and you have a new head coach coming up, be interested in how he looks at Mendoza. Does he look at him as like, this is my quarterback? Or he goes, you know what, guys, he's not quite what I'm looking for. He doesn't have this and this. I think I could make something else work, and we might be able to line ourselves up with 3 or 4 more draft picks to put some more talent on this board.
See, and that's where I think you're going way off the rails. I don't think you'd be hired as a coach if the Raiders didn't come look at you and say, hey, we have an opportunity to change our franchise with this quarterback. What do you think of him?
Yeah,
I think that's the first question you're asking. Agree. So I don't think you'd get hired otherwise if you didn't answer that question very favorably.
Well, yeah, the only thing is, though, if you're the Raiders, maybe you don't love him. I mean, he's not your typical Raiders flashy first-round pick with like the most freak athlete, or you know what I mean?
Brother, have you seen the first
Russell?
Fuck off. Do you not remember the god awful picks that the Raiders have had?
Yeah,
the GM that runs the show is god awful at drafting. So I don't want to hear anything about, he doesn't fit the typical Raider stereotype. You want to know what the Raider stereotype is? The Raiders typical stereotypical draft pick is the guy that you're not projecting at all in the first round, goes 4th overall, Cleveland Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Fucking Harold. Cleveland. 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 Yeah. Fucking horrible.
Yeah, he was terrible too.
Yeah. Oh, Alex Leatherwood. Garbage tackle out of Alabama.
Yeah.
You don't even need to get me started on half the shit picks that they've
had.
We
went through their picks a couple of weeks ago. It was awful.
It was one of the worst.
If you're still tuned in and you enjoy us talking shit, then fucking make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast, and join us live anytime that you like.
Down below, baby.
All right. So Falcons.
Stefanski, I give it a B. He's still got a decent resume to him.
I'm right there with you. I'm a B on the border of an A.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, the Van Pelt thing throws me for a loop, dude. The Van Pelt thing throws me for a loop because I really think he got a raw fucking deal in Cleveland, and I think that Barry had his fucking fingers on him, dude, and was like, "You're gonna do this, you're gonna do this," and when it didn't work out, Kevin got the fucking shaft.
Yeah, I mean, probably that happens with a lot of coaches, but I mean, strictly if we're talking this, I mean, it's cool. Like Kevin's got the resume, he's got the knowledge to do it for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a couple years for his plan to really go into place. I'm okay with him. He's going to do everything that Kevin Stefanski does. And when you're on the 6-yard line and statistics tell you to run the football, he's going to overthink it and go, oh no, we got to pass 3 times and then kick the field goal.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna be or A on that one. You know what? We're going to know real quickly, but the fact that he got his band back together, I think that Kevin's going to take that team to the playoffs this year. Mark my words. Going to take him to the playoffs.
Dave Canales is going to stop him.
Oh, here we go. You think Dave Canales is going to stop him?
I think Dave Canales is a great coach.
Yeah.
One of the more underrated, not talked about coaches, and it's because Carolina is in a small market like that.
I mean, but with Carolina, you're going to have to wait and see what happens with, oh, God, I already forgot his name, midget quarterback out of Alabama. If he's going to continue to develop, if he's going to continue to develop, if he's going to, I mean, last year, it was incredible the route that they went towards the end of the season to even make it close. The way the season ended the year before, where he was benched and then he brought back. they did the right things apparently in progressing him, and now we're going to see where it's really at, because he's also at the point of going to need a new contract. They're going to have to decide if they're going to invest $40 million a year into him, because that's what a quarterback is going to cost by the time he gets that extension.
No, I mean, there's things that you have to make the decision on, but again, progression isn't linear. He could take the biggest jump on the planet, or he could fall back
for the rookie scale.
Yeah,
if you think about where quarterbacks are right now. Do you remember what quarterbacks were getting paid when, like, before the rookie scale? I want to say it was like Carson Palmer, like was before the Sanchez for New York. Those guys were getting huge contracts, more so than they would get now at that pick, I think.
Yeah.
So you'd literally be having to commit to like $40 million a year quarterbacks out of college.
Yeah.
Like Mendoza would be coming out of college right now being like, I want 5 years, 100.
That's like a BYU marriage.
Yeah.
You know the chick for 2 weeks and you already want to marry her.
Yeah. You've been in many of those?
No. Not in that. I don't really stoke my lifestyle into that one.
All right. Titans. Titans went with Salah.
Salah. I think that's a big fat
solid F.
I don't know. Like, okay.
If you want to build a team off defense, hard-nosed, tough players, and you're willing to rebuild everything, I think he can be all right. If he can work well with Cam Ward, I think they can be all right, and they can build a run defense with heavy a solid defense with a play action, solid run offense. They could be all right.
I just don't think he's built. He's not built for the head coaching
I don't think he's
spot.
got the patience for it.
No.
I don't think he's got the patience to build that team up, and I think there's nothing wrong with it, but I think a lot of these guys come in and they just automatically assume that they're going to make big differences on a team just because I'm going to come in here. I'm not going to accept failure for a fucking excuse. I'm not going to. I'm going to make the best out of this guy. This defense is going to be disciplined. They're not going to get a single flag on him. But ultimately, it still comes down to the players that are on the field and you being able to get them to be their best every play.
So my biggest thing when it comes to any coordinator becoming a head coach, some coordinators are just built to be coordinators for life.
Yeah.
And honestly, people want to shame that and talk down on it. That's okay. Look at Matt Patricia. He's not the leader of men.
Right.
Okay. When he was in Detroit, it was a nightmare. It was a constant fiasco. I'm not sorry for saying it either. Chip Kelly does not ever deserve to be a head coach ever again anywhere else.
College.
Hell of a coordinator.
College.
Sure.
The right team.
The right team. But again, it's got to be right place, right time situation. And that right place, right time is needle in a haystack type of rarity. Yeah. Like it's just not something that I'm really going to hang like too much. I'm not going to hate him for taking the job because obviously you want to be paid like a head coach, but I just don't see it working out too well. I mean, honestly, this is just the Jets in the South. I mean,
yeah,
this is a fall from grace.
It's like the same setup, except you have your quarterback.
Yeah, that's pretty much
really what it is. All right, next on the list is we went the Raiders, Titans, Falcons, Giants, Harbaugh. So, before you even answer, I thought this was an easy A.
Oh, 100%.
And then I was like, I don't know.
I don't know who his coordinators are that are going to be around him.
Right. And, the CEO style head coach is only as good as his coordinators.
But he's got such good stuff around him, though, on that team.
But does he really?
Yes.
Like, I mean, let's really look at that team and say how great. All right, Jackson Dart.
Yes.
Guess what?
Super young. Super stud quarterback so far.
He had a game where he threw under 50
He
yards.
went 2-5, but he showed a lot of promise.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, he had a game where he threw for under 50 yards. He had a couple of games where he threw 3 interceptions. He had a couple of games
and you know what, dude? And Drake
May
just threw for 86 yards and is at the Super Bowl. So okay,
in the fucking playoffs, in the playoffs.
So
snowstorm.
It was not a snowstorm.
You couldn't even see the field.
The first half was not a snowstorm. Well,
the second half, you couldn't. They were throwing the ball away, dude. Either way. I don't think that team's that stacked. And Scatterboo, dude, I love the fact that Scatterboo is a bulldog, and I love the fact he loves to hit people. But let's be honest, dude, how long is that going to last? He's going to be like Peyton Hillis, one and done. You want to hear Scatterboo do shit next year?
Okay,
you got a wide receiver coming off of an injury, and you got to hope that Malik Neighbors is as good as he was before, and that he's able to come back. And it's probably not going to be until week 4 or 5, and then he's going to have to grandfather his way into the season. That sucks, but it's the truth. Now you got a defense. You just signed Abdul Carter, which is funny. I was just talking about him today, and I was like, I don't remember hearing his name really at all last season. Do you even know what Abdul Carter did last year?
I think he had about a half a sack, good amount of QB hits, good amount of pressures. he was a bit of a head case, though. Apparently, he fell asleep during meetings and something about watching porn.
What?
Yeah.
Productive yet inconsistent campaign, high pressure, 66 total pressures, was
Yeah,
just
12th in the NFL,
NFL.
but slow start in sacks. Yeah, there you go.
After being benched twice for disciplinary reasons, he finished strong, including a week 15 performance with 2 sacks.
Yeah.
Selected third overall, signing a 4-year, $45 million guaranteed contract. Record of 4 sacks and 66 pressures. So he had 4 sacks. Was named to the all-rookie team. Benched twice in the first quarter of games in November due to being late to meetings, which prompted a wake-up call and improved focus. So, yeah, I mean, you've got some players on that defensive side of the football that were
Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, a lot of good players on that team.
Yeah,
so there's a lot to build around. But again, I want to know what is going to be around John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care that it's just him. I want to know who's he calling out to be. And I don't know why. I mean, obviously, I know why Todd Monken didn't follow him because he wanted to be a head coach. Sure. But there may be some deeper reasons to it. Did you want to be underneath his wing again? I mean,
I don't know, dude. And we're going to find out why the Ravens got rid of him. I mean, that's the other aspect too, right? Like, I understand you didn't make the playoffs last year and you've lost in the first or second round of the playoffs the last couple of years, but you also lost to fucking Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. And you lost to, it's not like you lost in the wild card round to a 8-9 Carolina team that just barely made the playoffs.
No,
so the fact that they got rid of him gives me some other red flag vibes. It's like the pretty girl who was engaged to get married, but it got called off fucking the week before the wedding. And then you're like, what happened?
And you don't find all those details till her mom talks about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm prepared to say an A because you still got a coach with 18 years of head coaching experience. You got a guy that took the Ravens to the playoffs at least 7 or 8 times. Won a Super Bowl. So the hire seems like it makes sense if Jackson Dart continues to develop. But once again, we've seen rookie quarterbacks do really, really well and then have a major fall off too, and that could easily happen with that team. Luckily, they've got a high pick. They've got all their draft picks. They'll be able to put some talent around, and they probably got some money in the bank too. So be interested to see what he does to develop that roster. And like you said, develop the coaching staff around him who's going to have calling plays because it's not going to be him.
What else you got for me?
All right. Now to do Cardinals.
Who did they hire?
LaFleur, offensive coordinator for the Rams.
So
helped run. The thing with being the offensive coordinator for the Rams is Shieldhouse was actually getting more interviews than LaFleur was, which was kind of shocking because LaFleur's got his brother who's also a head coach. But you're under McVay. Now McVay's a great NFL coach. Let's not kid ourselves.
Arguably the best.
I think there's a guy in Denver that might disagree with that, but argumentative. Guy in Kansas City might argue against that as well.
Okay. Right now, currently in the NFC, the best head coach.
Yes, overall.
Okay.
Right, because he calls plays too. Otherwise, I'd say Dan Campbell's right up there. But Dan Campbell can't call plays, obviously. Look at Detroit's massive fall off.
All right, go on. So they got Mike LaFleur.
He's coming from the McVay. So my thing is McVay seems like the guy who's got everything in check.
Yep.
He knows he's calling plays. He really mastered the offense. It's his offense. He's running the team itself. Offense, defense, doesn't matter. So it's like, what are you left with doing? Like if you're the passing game coordinator, this is the thing with Shieldhouse. Like, are you running to go get coffee in between meetings? And you're like, here's those copies I made for the playbook. Like, does that make you the passing game coordinator? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for the offense coordinator, for LaFleur, it's the same thing. Now, the good thing about LaFleur is he's probably got a really good idea on what it really takes to be a head coach, other than just what he's seen in McVay's.
And again, it's about where's the direction of this team going.
Yeah.
So are they sticking with Kyler? If not, I think he had to be able to answer both those questions of like, are you willing to stick with Kyler if we keep him?
Yeah.
Odds are they aren't, but you got to be, it's a high tension question because there's a lot of money that rolls in on Kyler Murray's contract.
I think that's, the thing that surprised me about the Cardinals job is I thought that was going to go to an experienced head coach who they were going to be like, we're going to give you some roster management.
Yeah.
Because like we know what we have here and we have a blow up. Like we need to blow this fucking thing up and start from scratch.
I really don't even think they did that bad because, dude, they got a lot of good stuff there.
Who, Cardinals?
Yeah.
It's just all falling apart. I mean, without the quarterback, you don't have anything.
Well, I mean, you got McBride. I mean, you got McBride and Harrison.
Harrison fell off.
And look at Jacoby. You know what? He kept that team in games.
He did keep him in games.
They need some defensive help. They need some offensive line help, and they wouldn't hurt to have a receiver. But, dude, honestly, if they next year under Mike win 8 games, that's awesome. That's a complete win of a season. And there's a lot of good bones on this team that I'm really excited for. And I love Trey McBride. He did kind of win me my fantasy team and Jacoby Brissett kind of saved my fantasy team this year. So I'm interested to see just kind of what's going to be happening. But I don't think that he's going to do anything great, crazy in his first year. I think it's a pretty middle of the road. I think McVay is turning into your Shanahans, your Kubiaks, where the new tree of all these coaches start.
Yeah. We'll play it by ear, find out what happens on it. So where do you give him a grade for that?
I'd say C.
C.
I don't have, I'm indifferent on it. I'm not over the top about it, but I don't think it was a terrible hire at all.
I think it's a great hire. I actually like the fit of most of these coaches other than, well, we'll talk about the next one, but I like the fit on most of these.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a matter of what they're going to do with that roster ultimately. If you guys are still listening, make sure you like and subscribe to the show. We'll be announcing a giveaway here at the end if you're still sticking with us. And so make sure you comment. Who do you think is the best coaching hire right now in the NFL as we continue to this? We're going to get off this pretty soon. We've got some trade news in the NBA to talk about. We've also got Major League Baseball to talk about. So last couple that I've got on there, we already talked about the Browns. We don't talk about them anymore. Dolphins and Bills.
Yeah, Joe Brady, Jeff Hafley. Joe Brady, like it. He's been with the Bills for a while. He's gained that respect to that team. I think he's going to do a lot of good things. Hafley, lot to prove. Interested to see kind of what's going to happen with him. I think he's going to do some decent stuff, but I think he's got a lot to work with. I don't like the fit personally. I give that actually my weakest grade. I give that a C-.
Of what, Hafley?
Yeah. I mean, he was at Ohio State and Boston College and the Packers. I don't know what he's going to do, and that scares me because there's no clear-cut direction with this team.
I think the issue that I have with Hafley, and I gave that an F, and I think the biggest issue I have is he was a defensive coordinator when they lost their best player. The team went to shit the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks of the season.
I mean, I was going to give it a D, but I was just going to be nice. Because, again, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But D.
But he's going to a team that really feels like it's in shambles. Somehow McDaniel kept that team together when they played Cleveland, and Cleveland stomped on him. I thought everybody in that fucking locker room was going to be like, I'm just going to take the rest of the year off. Like
Tyreek Hill did.
He took the year off way before that.
Before he fucked up his leg and his leg turned at like a 90-degree angle.
All fucked up. Yeah.
Well, his leg went like this.
Yeah.
When it should be like bend down.
Yeah. We'll see what happens to him. He's probably going to end up in.
He's going to get cut. They could save so much money by cutting.
He's going to end up in Kansas City.
Oh God.
He's going to end up in Kansas City.
All right, moving forward. What we got?
But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think that's an F. I think that once again, terrible defense to end out the season, and I also think that that team's just in shambles. I think he's going to get the boot after a year.
100%.
And then obviously you would like the Bills. I think that's like a C- higher. I think that one's going to probably be the most disastrous. You fired a coach that's done nothing but win for your organization, take you to the playoffs for the last 10 years, a defensive-minded head coach, while Joe Brady was in charge of running the offense. Ultimately, Josh Allen is still going to make dumb mistakes. When Josh Allen makes dumb mistakes, they cost the team playoff victories, and that's just what he does.
And Brandon Beane's going to throw Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir underneath the bus.
Oh my God, dude! Can you believe that?
If I was Keon Coleman, I'd be like, get me off this team. Why am I even fucking here?
Hey, it also wasn't
sucks. Don't get me wrong.
It wasn't my idea to freaking watch Josh Allen run backwards for fucking 30 yards fucking every week and fumble the football away or get sacked almost in the end zone.
God forbid you wanted to make my NFL dreams come true, and I was going to be like, I'm not really feeling it. Like, no, fuck no. Anybody's going to say, yeah,
dude, it's such a shame what happened to Coleman too, because he was fucking hilarious. Did you watch some of his post-game post-draft interviews early on?
I'm Tiger. Wish I would. Wish I could. Dude, I know Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger. Wish I could.
He's funny, bro. But yeah, I think the Bills coach. I watched them not make the playoffs next year. Watch them just not make it, dude. Now that you got New England, that's a real player in that division, and a Super Bowl champion will be the case out there. Sneak preview to our calls later.
Chance.
But yeah, so anyhow, that's the end of the NFL coaching ring. Let's hope we don't talk about that again for, I don't know, 6 months.
Probably next year. When there's a whole new ring, a slew of coaches.
All right, NBA trade rumors. Is Giannis coming to Cleveland?
So
Got some hot take?
I do.
So, okay. This is the inside shit. Okay.
So for most of you that don't know me, before I joined Guys Night to do this every Tuesday, a couple of years ago, I started my own writing blog. I gained a lot of people, in my corner as the guys I could trust for news and information. And one of those guys, I'm not going to name names, he's kind of building his reputation as one of the more inside, guys, the type of guys that break news kind of before shit kind of hits the fan with everything else. He let me know the Darius Garland trade is happening.
You think he's gone for sure?
It's gone.
We just don't know which one.
Oh, I mean, Harden's going to come to Cleveland.
Oh my
Darius
God.
is going to the Clippers, and now they're looking for a third and fourth team now to kind of balance everything out, to kind of figure out the salary situation, everything like that. But yeah,
dude, I hope that does not happen.
I mean, it's if they win a chip, I don't care. We don't have our first round draft pick
if
till
they
20.
win a fucking ship. I get it, but fucking dude, James Harden is a fucking disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah,
dude.
but you know what, dude? He balls everywhere he goes. He never goes to a
when
bad
he
situation.
wants to, unless he gains 60 pounds and looks like fucking Draymond Green.
The biggest thing about moving Darius Garland is all the money committed to him. It's
$100 million over the course of 2 years, right?
It's 86.
Yeah,
over 2. So with Harden
could walk away at the end of the year.
But
Harden could also freaking keep that player option because nobody wants to give him 3 years, 4 years, $60 million.
Well, he's 36 years old.
Yeah.
But they need another guy in the backcourt that can help Mitchell out, which is fine.
On him, he can make some plays. Mitchell could play on the ball more. Harden can play the ball more.
Jaren Jackson Jr. got traded to a 15 and 35 Utah Jazz team who gave up 3 first-round draft picks for him
today.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. got shipped from Memphis to Utah it was like an 8-player trade and a 3-pick deal.
What?
Yeah, dude, that was the biggest trade of the day. How did you miss that?
Because
you run a sports podcast and you didn't look up the biggest NBA
I work
trade
for a living. What do you want from me?
So do I. And I was eating Chipotle and going, holy shit, man.
That didn't even come up just now.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
All right, Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Jazz in an 8-player deal.
Boom.
This is crazy.
Shams Charania, baby.
All right. Let's see. Why are they okay? Jaren Jackson received these 3 first-round picks along with Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. Memphis will receive 3. Okay.
Yeah.
The Jazz will also get Jacqueline and guards John Concher, Vince Williams Jr. in a deal which completed 2 days for the trade deadline. Picks. There's got to be something more to the behind of this. The 2027 are most favorable. Oh wait, hold on. The picks that Utah sent to Memphis include the Lakers 2027, and the most favorable of other first rounders, the Jazz own in 2027, Utah, Cleveland, Cavs 12s, and the Phoenix Suns in 2031. Wait, what? Hold on. The 2020
of the most favorable draft picks between Utah, Cleveland, and Minnesota, they're going to get the most favorable option of that. And the Phoenix Suns 2031.
How does that even work out? Jackson 26, 2-time All-Star, NBA's Defensive Player of the Year in 22-23, renegotiated his contract last summer and has 4 seasons and $205 million on the book, including a $53 million player option. Dude, these contracts are crazy. Do you remember?
It's so stupid.
Do you remember when the big 3 got made in Miami?
Yeah.
Do you remember what their contract values were? I think they were under $30 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure here. Let's look it up.
Dude, I remember everybody just giving shit to Miami for making the first ever super team, which it wasn't. I mean, there were plenty of other super teams to be had at that time.
Yeah, dude, I thought their contracts were in the 20 million. Here it is. Dwayne Wade took an even bigger discount to stay in Miami, signing for 6 years and $107 million. James signed for 6 years, $110 million. And let's see, the 6-year deals include opt-out clause, including so that was 2010. So 15 years ago. But it doesn't even seem like it was that long ago because LeBron's still playing.
Played his last game in Cleveland the other day.
Grandpa LeBron.
I hope he never comes back to Cleveland. I'm going to be the only Clevelander that'll ever say this. LeBron, we're good.
Fuck that, dude.
We got Donovan Mitchell here. We're good. You can go take a rest now.
If it meant another championship, I'd take LeBron.
Absolutely not. I would
for another
not
championship.
spend $1. I don't care. The NBA's a
What do you
show.
mean you don't care? It's a championship in
The NBA's
Cleveland.
a show. It doesn't mean anything anymore. We just talked about how
then
the
why
NBA
are we trying
players
to trade for James Harden and if the NBA is a joke?
Because you know what? Someone is getting paid somewhere to do something stupid. Okay. And Kobe Altman is getting paid a stupid amount of money to trade for James Harden, who's making even stupider amounts of money, who wears a fat suit during workouts.
Well, here
or warm-ups, whatever the hell.
So this is interesting because I was going to try and put a little graphic together. So I never like the thing about the NBA today is that it the salary cap might be one of the most confusing, but also most fun in all sports. So the way it works, right? This is this year, for example, you get $141 million soft salary cap.
Yep.
All right. Full flexibility. You get your trade exceptions, bird rules, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you go over the luxury tax line, which is 171, that's where you start to pay penalties. And it's like, it starts at like $1. It gets up to the point where it's like 3-1. So like if you're 20 million over the cap, you get $60 million in penalties. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that much. Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's like, it starts at dollar for dollar. So if you're 10 million over the cap, you pay 10 million, but it works its way up. I'd have to pull up the exact things I had them. So after you go over the luxury tax line, which is 171 million, so you're 25 mil over the cap.
Yeah.
Then they start to like trap you down a little bit. You can still make trades without restrictions, but there's something around this one. Oh no, those are the luxury tax lines. I'm sorry, the first apron. The first apron's where the hits hard. So you can go. The luxury tax line is over 170 million. I apologize. The first apron is at 179 million, and basically this is like a warning zone. Like, hey, not only are you above the tax line, but you're going to start to lose stuff. So you lose your mid-level exception. And you start to your trade salaries start to kind of get it, like your contract.
They have to match up. You can't just dump one player for something.
But it's like there's aggregation, like as far as like comparing like a player versus another player and adding to, et cetera. It makes it more complicated. And then your luxury tax, you still get increased penalties on your luxury tax. The last one is where the Cavs are at. So this is where you're fucked. You get no mid-level exception. The buyout market is effectively gone. Your draft pick freezes. Like you can't trade so far into the future with your draft picks. You can't aggregate contracts. You can't take a salary more than you send out. And you're extremely limited on your trade. And what that means is, like, for instance, let's say we wanted to bring in Giannis and his contract's $60 million. I can't equal $60 million in salary and trade it. I have to get under the salary cap before I could then trade for him. So that's where, when they were talking about possibilities of Giannis trade, they were going to have to dump like Alonzo Ball. They would have to dump his 10 to 12 million. That would get him under the apron. So you'd look for a team like Brooklyn who could take on a contract without going over.
Yeah.
And basically you give up a pick in order to say, hey, take this contract. Then you can work out your deal with Giannis at that point. Yeah. I actually worked out a 3-team deal today. I was pretty proud of myself. We sent Lonzo Ball to Brooklyn. We sent Garland and just drew a complete blank. Who's our Jared Allen to Milwaukee, along with 3 first-round picks for Giannis. Yeah, it's possible. So fucking go make it happen, Cass, because that would be a lot of fun to watch Giannis and Donovan Mitchell and still have Evan Mobley on the roster. That's a big 3. What?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, great. Yeah,
but you'd rather trade for if you'd rather trade
50 and 22 team if I've ever seen one. Or no, what is it? A 50 and 30.
60 and 22 team.
Yeah.
60 wins.
Sorry.
That's a championship. That's a championship team.
It could contend.
It's absolutely a championship team. They've got a little depth. They did a good job. They got rid of fucking what's his name. I don't want to play here anymore just because I don't feel like playing here anymore. And then they sent him to Sacramento. Who's like,
DeAndre Hunter. Yeah, dude, that dude was a.
Love the fact they sent him to. Make sure you get a no trade clause if you're in the NBA, or you might end up in Sacramento.
Yeah, make sure you have to approve where you're going. Otherwise you're fucked. Yeah, I mean that team really. I mean, hypothetically speaking, sure, it could compete. They have no guard depth, then.
No, who the
Cavs?
Yeah, because they just got 2 guards back.
You dump Lonzo. Well, I'm saying, but you dump Lonzo, you get rid of Garland, and now it's Giannis and Mobley there with Mitchell. Who's playing Dennis Schroeder? You're gonna in the NBA Finals. You want Dennis Schroeder
No, dude. In the NBA Finals, you better just get ready to play 48 minutes. Giannis, freaking Mitchell, Mobley, and anybody else on that fucking team that's worth a damn. You still get to keep Max Strus in that deal too.
Oh wow, Max Strus, always injured, never plays. Bad 3-point shooter this year.
Stop hating those that are still with us.
No, but in all seriousness, I don't know where Giannis is going to go. There's a lot of noise around him. You think it's going to be Minnesota? They're pursuing him hard. I know that.
They're the favorites from what I saw this morning. That could have changed. I just don't want I don't want to see the James Harden trade, dude. I
don't mind it.
The only good thing about it is I'd rather take a James Harden over Darius Garland because at least he's fucking playing.
Yeah, Darius has struggled with some injuries real hard.
And Brad Daugherty, who I don't know how much you remember Brad Daugherty because he was way before your time.
I was born in '98. Well,
yeah, he's way before your time.
I'm aware. Thank you for letting everybody know I'm young as shit.
Daugherty was the guy though that dealt with football injuries and he missed so much time and he could have been one of the best centers to ever play the game.
Yeah,
and
if he didn't get injured,
but he was just that foot never healed right.
Yeah,
and he said this will be something that he's going to be dealing with the entire time as well. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens across the league.
There'll be some moves made. I mean, you had Trae Young go to Washington. I thought that was okay. Atlanta's looking to start over again. If the Cavs move on from Garland, I mean, it's all going to be relative towards a championship. And same thing with the Bucks. They're in salary cap hell. They don't have any draft picks. They're in a terrible spot, and their star wants to leave. So. Hey, let him go. I would say even wait to the offseason, try to figure some stuff out.
I think that's very likely a possibility.
It would just make more sense. Teams can focus on that and they can allocate more stuff. They can do another extension and trade or sign and trade to something. I don't know. I'm interested to see. I think Milwaukee's in a position where they need to get the most amount of draft picks possible.
You've got free up their money. You've got arguably one of the top 5 players in the NBA on your roster. Like you're not.
Did you see that this is the first time ever that in the NBA All-Star game, Nikola Jokic is going to be playing with another All-Star?
What?
From his Denver Nuggets?
No, really?
In the 9 years he's played in the NBA, Nikola Jokic has never.
All-Star?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now the All-Star game absolutely means nothing, but it means the fact that there's somebody else out there that is considered an All-Star playing with Nikola Jokic. Wow. Think the dude's won 3 MVPs.
Dad bod.
Okay. Dad bod. The most unathletic human to ever walk the face of the earth. And he just dominates the NBA. And he's got a championship and he's not even 31.
Yeah, dude. That's impressive.
He's going to be one of the great. If he wins at least one more ring, he could go down as the GOAT.
I mean, well, I don't know about the GOAT.
One of.
Yeah, 100%.
Easily.
It's so hard to say a GOAT.
It's him and it would be him and Shaq, dude.
It's hard to say GOAT in this generation.
Because there's so many.
No, because we talked about before, today's level of athlete is like outgrown the fucking NBA. Like they've outgrown the court. So when you say like look at just LeBron, the game, how much it's changed in the 20 years he's been in the league. Back in 03-04 with the Cavs when you were like a little wee toddler.
Yeah, when I was 4 and 5 years old. So you want to know what's funny is LeBron has been playing for so long. The Cavs Navy jerseys that they wore the other night, LeBron debuted those. LeBron's been playing for so long that the jerseys he debuted are now being played as throwbacks.
Dude, that is hilarious.
That's fucking awesome.
But you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like we talked about, like there's so many great players in the NBA right now because so many guys can score 30 points on any given night because they could shoot the fucking threes from 30.
It's not fun.
It's not. There's no defense.
I'm not enjoying
when you talk about the GOATs, dude, you talk about the Jordans and you talk about, the David Robinsons. Like they were known for being great defenders. Like a superstar meant you could go off for 50 points, but you could also have 6 steals in a night and you could hold a team to 85 points to win a game.
Yeah.
Or you could take a fucking punch to the face going to the hole because Bill Laimbeer was a fucking asshole or Dennis Rodman was going to high kick you in the fucking nuts because people were fucking tough back then. Now, dude, it's like the centers just run up and down the court. Fucking Evan Mobley goes coast to coast with the fucking ball, dude.
Yeah, he just taps it in. Like
it's like, oh, dude, there was just so many great players. You look at like the Hakeem Olajuwons, even the Patrick Ewing, who was like the first big that could really shoot a jump shot from 10 feet away in the 2-man game that he used to play, And guys didn't just come down the court and fucking take shots from 10 feet behind the arc.
No,
like
it was an art. It was something that it took time to build, and the offense, it took a little bit of time to just get rolling. Like it needed just that extra second to honestly fulfill what it was needed to do. And by creating something great, like a play, an actual play, not just a pick and roll, a play that a coach thought about, recognized defense, drew up and against around it. It took a couple seconds to form.
Yeah.
And now it's just, hey, give me a high screen up top. Let me roll. You roll. I'll throw you an alley-oop. Hey, you're 7'4". Just ding, ding. That's it.
Yeah, it's
boring.
It's such a different game, dude. And it could still, but here's the thing: these guys are still freak athletes. Like they could just decide to start playing like top level defense, and they could make an impact. Now, don't get me wrong. When Steph Curry pulls up 10 feet behind the arc as he's coming down the court and just fucking launches a three and hits that shit, that is demoralizing as fuck. Like it would get to the point where if I were hit, I'd be like tripping him coming up the court. Like, oh, go ahead and do that again, motherfucker. Like that's the toughness we need back in the NBA. We need Dennis Rodman. Please bring back Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was arguably the most
Draymond
fun,
Green.
But Draymond Green and Dennis Rodman are not the same. Close. They're both head cases. But Rodman, dude, that dude just was that he could guard fucking John Stockton one night, and then he could
Karl Malone the next.
Dude, Shaquille O'Neal the night after. And he'd be annoying as shit and still get 25 rebounds, dude. Like nobody got 25 rebounds against so many. Like everybody was taller than because back then centers were like 7'2" muscle heads. Like Hakeem was a skinny, center. Now Evan Mobley's a center at like 210 pounds, soaking wet, standing out there string.
Can I ask you something? If everybody wore the Harlem Globetrotters jersey, would you be able to tell who the real Harlem Globetrotters are versus the real NBA players?
No, of course not.
Because it's all the same.
Yeah, dude. It's just a joke. And yeah, it's so annoying.
All right, moving forward.
Dude, I got super excited when you brought this topic up because I used to be the world's biggest baseball fan as a kid.
Yeah.
I lived and breathed baseball, dude.
Yeah.
Whether it was playing and pissing off my parents because I was practicing my windup in the kitchen, or knowing every stat against for every player, getting my paper in the morning off the driveway so I could read like the box scores from the night before because my neighbor was a Joe Carter fan and my other neighbor was a Barry Bonds fan and I was an Indians fan. And so then baseball like died. It just slowly died over time. I think part of it being a Cleveland fan is it died because like your favorite players just didn't stick around. Like it all started back when they traded Kenny Lofton for Marquise Grissom. Like that was just like the beginning of the fallout for me as far as Cleveland Indians are now Guardians Baseball. And then, we had years of top 5 pitchers, Cy Young Award winners.
Kluber, Bauer,
they would just
Bieber,
leave CC Sabathia, Cologne, like all these
Cliff Lee,
guys that we kicked out of here and traded in the prime of their careers. And I get it. Like we're not a major market team. Chris Antonetti, when he is gone, the Indians will suck for fucking life.
No, they won't. That dude has the easiest fucking job in the planet.
What are you talking about, dude?
It's to not spend money. Your job is Chris Antonetti. Your job, if I'm Chris Antonetti, is I'm not going to spend any money.
He's got to find the deals, dude, and he does. But anyhow, so I kind of just fallen off the train for baseball. Like, just haven't been excited about watching it.
Yeah.
Really, Barry Bonds was like the nail in the coffin, the way they fucking shot Barry down, all the steroids and stuff. And it really kind of killed the best players in the game and ruined it.
When they're
not ruin the fact that they were speaking of fun. I just saw Roger Clemens give like a fucking commercial about like getting in touch with your doctor to make your performance better, and it made me laugh. So
I mean, he's perfect for that. He's perfect for that.
But baseball kind of just took a dive, and then it just didn't really get me excited anymore. And then you brought the the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
And I knew about it, but I didn't really pay any attention of it. And I can see why. So little history of those who don't pay attention to the World Baseball Classic. It started in 2006, kind of designed to go like every 4 years or so. It's basically like an Olympic style event or a World Cup style event. They didn't do it in one of the years because it was COVID like peak. I think
it was 2020.
2021. But essentially the last one, there was 20 teams. I didn't see what the count was for teams this year, if it's still 20, but it's national teams. So your Puerto Rico, your Japan, your Korea, the United States, etc.
Your Canada, your Italy. So all of those teams, I believe it's if you finish in the top 16, you have an automatic bid
to the next year.
Yeah. And the bottom 4 are then play in like an actual, like a scramble style of like a bracket style to get those. It's like the first 4 in March Madness, pretty much.
Gotcha.
So it's awesome.
So the other thing about the Major League Baseball is like behind this. They were a big part of getting this started. The MLB, the Players Association, and then obviously international baseball.
Yeah.
Players don't need citizenship to the country. They just have to have a heritage, meaning their parents were born or they're eligible for citizenships in the country that they decide to play for. Once they decide they can't choose to play for a different country, I don't believe.
No.
But and they have the Major League Baseball players. They have to be team and league approved, which we're going to get into because you sent me a video and I couldn't, or an article and I couldn't look that up. Pitchers get kind of some strict pitch counts and things like that in order to protect them. There's some extra insurance that players need to carry, etc. But since 2006, they sold out on average 40% in 2006 of the seats were filled. To 2023, where they sold out every single game. Every game looks like it's a fucking party. Major League Baseball is actually backing it even more.
Yeah. Well, it's an MLB ran event.
Yeah. And now it's like every game is like playoff atmosphere. There's like a lot of nationalism between it. The teams like that are playing are excited.
In the best of ways that I could describe this, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
For people that don't know, if the atmosphere, describing it is one thing, because people here in America see baseball, they're like, oh yeah, the stadium's full, they're getting loud, they're clapping and everything. This is like if you took the ritual love, the habitual I need this in my veins soccer fanatic fandom from overseas and injected it into baseball. There are horns going, people are clapping. It's something completely it's not something you see over here in the United States for its love and celebration of baseball.
Well, it's even better too, because in the equivalent, it's like the equivalent of an all-star game in a sense of all the best players in Major League Baseball are playing. They're just on different teams.
Yeah.
And two, from what I understand, like the schedule is organized extremely well. The way that they plan this out, like it's infinitely better than what the Olympics used to be for when it came to baseball. Two, you get to get behind your national, your heritage and select a team and really like cheer them on, like pro USA or pro Puerto Rico or whatever. Yeah. And the other thing is the talent's really, really spread out. So if you get to go to any game, like it's going to be a great game. Like there's going to be the best pitchers in the world, the best hitters in the world, and they're going head to head in a sport that, unlike the NBA, they have not outgrown the field.
No.
And a couple of things. So I looked it up. I was like, because I have not watched any of this. I just got it. Ed just brought it up. He's like, let's talk about this coming up. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And obviously I started looking some up. And dude, the hair was literally raising off my skin. I was getting so excited.
You see why I'm passionate about baseball now.
But it's not all baseball, because all baseball is kind of like, it's kind of like, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Like this makes every game reasonable. It is like real good playoff baseball. Yeah. Not like the opening fucking round of the wild card where some team that doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs is in the playoffs because of a new rule.
But this is as strict as it can get when it comes to like, it is live or die. It's like, we will win this. Yeah. It's not something like, oh yeah, I showed up and it's like when Team USA for basketball comes in and they smoke the shit out of everyone. It's like, okay, yeah, congratulations. You had Jamal Murray and Mario Moon and Alonzo G and the fourth string bench player come out and play for Team USA, and it was carried by 4 people. Dude, it is dead set the best players from Japan, Mexico, the United States. Every professional league comes out and shows out for this.
So naturally then I had to look up like, okay, well, did the USA ever win this? And we won it in 2017. And I was like, and it was like what's arguably one of the best catches in baseball history. And I was like, what? So I found this clip from the 2017 game. This was like the game to go into the finals.
Yeah, it was the semifinals.
Dominican is down to USA's on the mound, and this happens. Oh, wait, hold on a second. We need volume. We're going to walk off. He thinks to walk off. Oh! Listen to the fans, dude. That is not like, respect. Like, this is just an atmosphere. When you see this, you're like, I want to be there.
And then we got this.
So then I'm like, well, it was like, and they almost won again, other than Shohei Ohtani put a stop to Mike Trout. And I was like, oh, this might be a good one, because Ed said Mike Trout was, obviously
the greatest
God's gift to baseball, essentially.
He is.
So you have him and you have Ohtani, which is arguably could take that role as the man created to play baseball.
This is two Goliaths.
So play the scene. It's the top of the ninth. United States is down by 1. Oh, I gotta pull this up. Sorry to those that are watching live.
So it's the top of the 9th.
Yeah, USA is down by 1. There's 2 outs, nobody on.
Yeah.
And so to tie into this, I actually watched the interview that Mike Trout did with Bleacher Report afterwards. And he's like, I went up there knowing, well, first of all, it's like bottom of the 8th. He's like, I saw Ohtani warming up. And he's like, I've never gone against him. He's my teammate at this point in time. He's like, I've watched him pitch. I knew he pitched crazy, but I've never seen a pitch live. And he never threw live batting practice or anything. So he goes, I'm going to go jack one over the yard on my teammate, basically, which is what he's saying. He's like, I'm going to take him yard. He's like, in fact, it might have actually messed up my swing a little bit because I wanted to take him yard. So this is the final, the 2 outs, down by 1. The arguably in Ed's version, the greatest baseball player to ever cross the field and be on the field at all. And what's now considered this generation's next greatest player.
What is the saying? It's like the unstoppable force meets the object. Yeah. This is this moment.
So Mike Trout, Ohtani for the close, and I'm going to play the whole thing because this is just so much fun to watch.
We're gonna watch all 5 minutes.
It's not 5 minutes, is it?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
It goes so fast, dude. And you just as you're watching this, the first pitch, like, oh, see what happens.
Yeah, they even put a dream matchup right here.
God, that ball just moved so nasty, dude. Like,
whoa.
How great is that, dude? The fact that you guys are teammates and you're going against each other in this huge match. Oh, he wanted that so bad, bro.
I thought he jacked that. I can't believe you missed on that.
He said it too. He's like, missing that was like totally disappointed. But look at just like the buy-in from everybody there. That ball moves so much at 100 miles an hour.
Whoa, dude.
Like,
it's disgusting.
I mean, that's a strike to me. But whatever. Off the plate. The fact that actually the umpires can see that difference is amazing. Oh.
You wanted that one too.
Mike Trout right now.
Very. Going right underneath it.
I mean, it's a championship game. It's the best 2 players in the game. They can never face each other before. They can't ever face each other except in this situation. The 9th inning, there's 2 outs. Like, this is just the ultimate scenario. Like, when you're a kid in your backyard, you're like playing this out. 102. I didn't really go Ohtani too so damn hard. Like, I don't get to see him that much with him being in the Dodgers. It's like crazy. It's even harder now. He's had Tommy John surgery.
No.
Every time somebody has Tommy John surgery, I think back to that movie, The Rookie.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
So, what's the positive?
Yeah.
So this moment right here lit a lot of fire underneath the MLB's ass because everybody gave flack to the Americans for the fact that this team was maybe like our B team squad.
Yeah.
Because of the pitching. So it is now incentivized that these players all come together. So you have Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge. You have, if you look up at the Team USA roster, because I can't even lift off.
Team USA is actually favored this year because of that.
Yeah.
That was one of the things they said.
Because it was an embarrassing loss of the fact that we're the best league, the hardest league to play in for baseball. And we show out like that and lose, that's just unacceptable by MLB standards, especially for the fact that, again, all these guys that come over from overseas and play in this tournament, that's how you win contracts. That's how Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki got noticed. That's how all these Japanese players stay on top of their game and get chosen by MLB. MLB organizations, because you compete against the best talent in the world.
Yeah. All right. This should be for this year, right?
Scroll.
Starting pitchers: Garrett Cole, Max Scherzer, Zach Wheeler, Corbin Burns, Walker Buehler, Logan Webb,
Hader, Helsley, Williams, Class A's in jail, Camilo Duvall, Peter Fairbanks, and Clay Holmes. Yeah, DeRosa could probably be the manager. Is this on ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Take that out. No, don't even listen. Don't even. Dude,
yeah, it could be wrong.
Yeah, look up just the 2026 World Baseball Classic Team USA. Yeah, USA roster, second one.
Yeah.
So it's Judge, Skeens, Tarek, Skubal, Gunnar Henderson.
Hold on. That's Google Chat GPT or whatever.
Yeah, but that's accurate though.
Is it though?
Yes. So I mean, look at this team right here. Zoom in. You got Alex Bregman, one of the best third basemen in all of baseball. Byron Buxton, Corbin Carroll, Ernie Clement, solid player. PCA, Gunnar, Clay Holmes,
Judge,
Griffin
Brett
Jackson,
Clayton Kershaw, Nolan McLean. I mean, Mason Miller.
You got a lot of good players, bro.
Kyle Schwarber.
You arguably have the best two pitchers in all of baseball with Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, I'm surprised. What is this? I'm surprised though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the pitching is way better, obviously, but yeah, I mean, Japan's won 3 times.
Yeah, I know, and it's again insulting to the Americans at the fact that like this is our game, and Japan thinks that they can just railroad us and outdo us, and it's not the case.
They're not the other teams too. I mean, you look at these Dominican. It's funny because this just kind of showed you how diverse the Major League Baseball is, though. When you look at like the Dominican team, Vladimir Guerrero. Let's see, Geraldo Perdomo, Juan Soto, Tatis. Like, I mean, Carlos Santana. Who was it?
And look at this Japanese team right here. You have Shohei, Kikuchi, Matsui, and all these guys. I think almost everybody on this list has an MLB contract.
Well, I was gonna say the funny thing is like you see like left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher. Like they don't even need to field an offense except one guy, because ultimately that team's gonna give up no runs. Like I was just you and I had talked about the last World Baseball Classic was who was it?
It was Japan.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the pitcher though that was going to make a name for himself, and now he's in the farm system for
Roki Sasaki.
Yeah, and then when I looked that up, then you start to look at. I mean, realistically, they've got 3 pitchers on their team that are like 2.0 ERA freaking pitchers that came from Japan. It just goes to show you how important, like obviously LA and Japan, like there's just like that closeness in the sense of like they're related to each other.
They both have a very diverse culture.
California is just known for its Asian culture, right? In general. But the Dodgers thought bigger when they signed Ohtani.
Oh yeah. That's why they gave him all that money.
Yeah. Because one, they're the first stop for any baseball player that wants to be successful. You don't even hear about the Yankees anymore when it comes to these players. Like they're out there, but they're not to the same level. Like now it's going to be last 3 years. Have the Yankees even gotten a player out of Japan? They're usually the ones that used to get them.
Yeah. Well, now I think so it's funny. I actually think the Yankees hat that is being worn is more of a fashion statement than anything else.
Oh, 100%.
So, and the Yankees are good. They have a great amount of money and they know how to spend, and they're the Yankees. They're going to compete.
It's the pinstripes.
Yeah. But you're right. I think LA absolutely takes the cake for players when they want to go play somewhere and they're from a foreign country and they go, oh yeah, I want to go play for LA, or I want to go play for the West Coast.
I mean, the Dodgers are just going to be unstoppable. Like there's going to be
they have unlimited trunks of money.
Yeah, they're going to be winning 130 games a season if they keep.
So did you ever, not to put this in the words of Bill Perkins, but it's endless trunks of money. Yeah. They have endless fucking trunks of money.
Well, and you see where it got you now. I mean, like the other one was Yamamoto, right? So was it Yamamoto? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, I mean, you know baseball. I don't know ball. But I'm probably gonna watch the Dodgers.
I've been told by many people I don't know ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, dude.
I know. I do know ball, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, honestly, who does know ball anymore? It's hard to find a ball player, like somebody that knows baseball.
Yeah.
For sure. So then this got me into the topic: is Ohtani the greatest baseball player of your generation?
I don't know, dude. You got to think. I was born in '98, so for me, I had the back end of Bonds. I saw the rise of Trout. You got Trout, Judge, Ohtani, Bonds, even a little bit of maybe Eric Gagne too, because he was a dog. Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez. I mean, yeah, there's a lot in contention for that. I won't personally put him there just because of what I grew up in was Trout.
Yeah.
And Ohtani's right there. I mean, he's a stud.
How old is he?
31.
So he's 30. Oh, he's 31. 31 years old.
Dang, right on a fucking dot,
won
dude.
4 MVPs. Only person to ever win it in the American League and the National League.
Yep.
He's a 282 lifetime hitter. Last year, so for anybody that thinks 31's not the prime in baseball, last year, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, 130 RBIs, and 130
First ever do it. First ever do it 50-50.
And a 310 batting average.
First ever do it.
And he also said, what the hell? I think he threw like 45 innings in a 2.4 ERA clip.
Yeah.
Like, that's just remarkable.
Yeah. I mean, he's the modern day Babe Ruth.
Yeah. I mean, he's changing the game for sure. And like I said, now you've got Yamamoto, and then you've got Sasaki that's in the farm league for Dodgers. Like, to see that rotation is going to be sick. And they're going to be unstoppable this year in the playoffs, because who else did they sign this year in the offseason?
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
6 years, 240.
Fuck you, money.
Fucking disgusting.
Fuck you, money.
See, the thing is,
here's the Guardian sitting at home like, hey, can I get this for I'll give you a hot dog and 2 soft pretzels.
You want to know what's so bad? You want to know the difference between a small and big market team? So I want to say Chicago a couple years ago, and this was right after COVID, and I just bought a hot dog. Okay. I was walking around Wrigley, just enjoying it. Obviously, it's Wrigley Field. You're going to go there. You're going to see the crowds and everything like that. You're going to be emotional a little bit. It's a great stadium to be at. I then come home and I go to my own home stadium in Progressive Field. I can't even get a thing of fucking relish for my hot dog.
What?
Yeah. They don't even put out relish anymore. It's ketchup and mustard.
Really? That's a fucking shame.
Whereas you can go to any other ballpark. Shit, you can go to Detroit.
Do they have stadium mustard
Chicago.
and yellow mustard, though?
No, I think it's just stadium mustard.
Oh, I love stadium mustard.
Stadium mustard is great, but like the simple fact is if I'm eating a glizzy, I want to be able to put
glizzy.
I want to put some onions on it. I want to put some relish on it. Like, that's the whole point. Baseball and a hot dog go like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well, the thing that when it comes to baseball for me,
that's how fucking cheap
the hot dog
is.
Isn't the same.
No,
Sugar Dale's the way to go.
Yeah.
Remember Dollar Dog Night?
They're the best,
dude. Those are the best hot dogs. My wife and I talk about it all the time. There's something about wrapping a hot dog in a bun in tinfoil and letting it sit for fucking 2 hours that just makes it taste so good.
Yeah,
and yeah, dude, it's just a shame, dude. It's it's on top of that fucking hot dogs like $8 or $10.
You actually have it's an actual vacation to go to a game.
It is. It really is.
Now with the Browns stadium being built, it's going to be a literal vacation.
Browns games are going to be like $500 tickets.
We'll talk about that later. But I just want to stick with baseball. But like it's great that there's at least the Guardians let you bring in your own food and water and coolers. Yeah, I mean that's
what the fuck.
And that's fine.
That's great. I mean, we're going to a park, but why not just make it cheaper to sell food there too?
Because it's all about the experience now. They don't care. Baseball is a second class thing. It's the first class thing is you're going there to get drunk and to just party.
Yeah.
You're not there to watch the baseball game. So, and it breaks my heart, but yeah, WBC starts up pretty soon, man. I encourage everybody to watch it.
21st, I forget.
So it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for it. I watch it every single year. I take a lot of time out of my life to personally watch it.
We're gonna talk about it a lot.
Oh, we will. I mean, we'll break down every game.
On this.
I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff that goes with this. I'm really excited. If you've never watched the WBC, this is the year to do it. There's a lot of good prospects that come from the MLB farm system that are really able to play for their hometown teams. There's a lot of good current stars that you can learn about that are both upcoming and already established, like your Trouts, your Judges, etc. But you have your Skeens, your Tarek Skewballs, guys like that. And most importantly, it's a rivalry. It's Japan versus the United States as two of the big powerhouses. Japan wants to try to take over baseball because they're all about this fundamental game. And America's like, bro, take a step back here. We'll take care of this. We invented the fucking game.
We're gonna find out. The Americans are the favorite this year. They're actually plus 100.
It's
disgusting.
So it's disgusting what this team is going to do. I think it's going to be an absolute railroad match anytime. It's going to be 9-0. I don't expect USA to lose one single game. I think they're going to win. I have a lot of money on them.
All right, let's make it happen. All right, we're going to end this up with we're going to talk Super Bowl for a little bit because obviously that's coming up next week. So next Tuesday when you join in on the podcast, those listening, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl itself and
Drake may actually hold that Super Bowl MVP like I called about a couple weeks ago.
You know what? Let's talk about it. So who's your pick? You got who?
Yeah. So I have Seattle winning. Final score, I think it's going to be about 35-10, roughly in that range. I think it's going to go one of two ways for me, and here's how I see it. It's going to be either a 35-10 win. It's a massive blowout. It's not a fun game to watch. It reminds me of Seattle when they beat Denver, I think it was. You know, when they started out the game and Peyton Manning hiked the football and the first play was like a touchback for a touchdown. Yeah. That's the Super Bowl I think it's going to be. Or it's going to be like how the Rams and Patriots were when they first went at it. You had two great high-powered offenses, and I think the final score was 10-13.
Yeah.
Or 10-3.
Yeah, it was
something like that.
It was I don't remember what it was. It might have been like 16-10 or something.
There's not going to be any in between. You could really even go, it's going to be the Eagles, Chiefs like last year. Less high scoring, but about the same, just completely one-sided. My MVP, for sure, I think it's going to be either Sam Darnold or Jackson Smith-Njigba. I go back and forth.
You love JSN.
I do, but I'm also a homer. I've watched him since he was 19 years old at Ohio State.
Fair enough.
So, bold prediction, I think Kenneth Walker is going to have 100 rushing yards.
Okay.
It's a bold prediction. They don't really run the ball too much, but I think if they get up a pretty high score, I think Kenneth Walker can take over the game. Or
a little trifecta there. So, Ed's trifecta, folks. Seahawks by 20.
Yep, 20 plus.
JSN's MVP and 100 yards out of what's it called? Kenneth Walker. Is that your parlay that you're gonna put together for this game?
No, I'm not sponsored by any sports books. Do not. This is not gambling advice. This is far from it. Until I'm paid to give you picks, I'm not going to give you any picks because I don't know my ass from a pile of sand.
So if you're listening, and
this is not gambling advice. However, if you want to take that, go right ahead.
DraftKings, we're looking for sponsors actively. If you want to reach out, we'd be happy to go ahead and tell people that for their first $5, we're going to give them $200 to make on their first bet.
With a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I think it's going to go differently. I think the Patriots are going to win this game. I think it's going to be close, one-score game. It's going to end up like 24-16 is my final score prediction. I think Drake May is going to hold the Super Bowl MVP trophy. He's going to be sitting there just holding it towel. It's going to say F you, Ed, on it because you said I was a fucking bust and I'm holding the Lombardi
trophy.
I
ate my words, though. I redacted. That's a redacted comment.
I think my bold prediction is Sam Darnold's going to throw 2 picks and under 200 yards.
Oh,
I think that, you know, that for the last 2 years, everybody's been talking about when's Darnold going to fall apart, right? Last year he did it in the Vikings playoff series. This year, I think this is when it's going to happen. He held his shit together, dominated the playoffs, pick 6 within the first half. That's my bold prediction.
Are you going to put any money on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. My parlay is going to be Sam Darnold under 200 yards. Patriots win the game. And you know what? Fuck it. Drake May MVP. That's what I'm going to parlay. So if you're listening and you win big on that, just remember who told you that was what's going to happen.
Did you get all that insider trading information from the Epstein files?
I did not, but they did drop some hotties. Oh, dude, some shit, sick shit.
You better don't. No, he doesn't mean hotties as in like that. No.
All right. What changes my mind if Sam Darnold throws a passing touchdown in the first half?
Yeah.
Then I think then you're
going to cash out with like 34 cents in your bet.
I'm gonna parlay that or flip that into win by whatever.
I have some crazy bets laid down. I can't lie. I have about $100 already laid down on this. So we're interested. Shout out to any sportsbook that wants to sponsor us. We got your Bet365, Caesars, Fanatics,
any of them.
DraftKings, FanDuel. Yeah, we're just here for it.
All right. If you made it this long, this is my favorite part because Ed and I are generations apart. Ed, you were born in when?
1998.
I was born in 1982. So I was watching Super Bowls when you were freaking going to the Super Bowl.
You were drinking at your neighbor. You were drinking at your neighbor's house, getting fucked up on Ham's beer when I was shitting my pants.
So when I thought this was like, let's name our top 3 Super Bowls, I was like, oh man, there's gonna be so different because for different reasons. So what I did though is I pulled up some videos that we could show, because for those fans that may not be part of and remember some of these things, I wanted them to be able to take part.
Have we figured out what our average age of our listening audience is?
No, not yet, but mostly under 50.
If you find us on TikTok, we could pretty much guarantee that you're under the age of maybe 39, maybe 40.
All right, so
do you want to list off just all three of yours first? Do you want me to go first? I mean, what?
I'll list down one of mine, and then we'll list one of yours.
Okay, we'll go back and forth. Okay.
So this one is actually one of the first Super Bowls I remember, and I don't necessarily remember it for a Super Bowl because I was literally 10 years old. I remember the game. I remember it because at that point in time, like if you didn't know who the Cowboys were with Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, and then they were playing the Buffalo Bills, which was like Thurman Thomas and Bruce Smith and Jim Kelly. Like this was supposed to be the awesome. Buffalo was going to finally win. It was going to be this awesome freaking match. And the halftime show was Michael Jackson, who I was the biggest fan of. I thought you were going to say Creed. Dude. No, dude. Michael Jackson. Stay tuned because I'm going to play the halftime show from that Michael Jackson with his iconic 2-minute stare down of the entire stadium. One of the most epic. When you see it, you're going to be like, dude, they don't do anything that cool anymore.
Hey, like, listen, I think after 2 hours, I don't think they want to listen to another 25-minute long segment.
But this was the coming out party of the Dallas Cowboys. This was their first of 3 Super Bowls. They destroyed Buffalo. Like, I think it was the first drive of the game. Thurman Thomas fumbled the football. They threw like a 40-yard touchdown pass the very next play, and then Dallas went on a route of like 55-10.
Was this the Super Bowl that ultimately led the Bills to lose 4 straight Super Bowls?
No, this was one of after the 4? The Bills lost 2 straight Super Bowls. Yeah, so the Bills lost to the Redskins and the Giants first. Then they lost 2 in a row.
That's a redacted name. Well, you better say redacted after you say Redskins. Redacted.
Redskins redacted.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
exactly.
What is yours first game?
So my first game that I texted you about yesterday, I'm sorry. So I talked with you. So I thought it over, and I really wanted to think about kind of my first big moment. And then I thought about the jerseys that I used to own. So the 2 jerseys that I used to own as a kid, Charlie Fry, Browns quarterback, and I had a Patriots Brady jersey, like any obviously kid would. And I thought about it, and it really came down to Eli Manning beating the undefeated Brady team. I don't remember what Super Bowl number that was, but I remember cheering for the Patriots and running around my neighbor's house screaming about how I wanted the Patriots to win. And then I look on TV, and he's dead.
Dude.
They did not win. Shout out to Mario Manningham and David Tyree for their 2 great catches.
So I'm actually going to pull this one up. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let's add it to the stage. Add it to the stage. It's the helmet catch, dude. And this one was sick because, dude, the Patriots are 18-0. They were going to be the first team to go undefeated
since the 72 Dolphins.
Right, but they had to do it in more games.
This pretty much sealed the game if they didn't get this.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, dude, he escaped so much pressure right there.
Oh, we're gonna watch it in slow motion. So when I watched this highlight today, because I was like, "Oh, the helmet catch!" Like when you put down that 8 undefeated team. I remember this being replayed like 300 fucking times, right? I did not remember this. Like, how on earth did, like, at this point in time, Eli Manning was still like the most unathletic quarterback in the NFL, dude.
Oh, by far.
Look at that catch, dude. Arguably still the greatest catch in football history. Bro.
I don't know. I would say OBJ's catch. That one-handed.
I can understand why you would say LBJ's.
Now he did it in a meaningless game. This is in the Super Bowl, right. So that 100%.
I was gonna say like
that 100% elevates it. I don't want to argue with you on that.
OBJ's catch was sick. I was watching that game live. I remember that catch.
Yeah.
But the Super Bowl, minute left.
I mean,
down by 4.
This is. I mean, we're still talking about this. This is 20 years ago, and we're talking about this.
Couple this with the fact that the Patriots were 18-0. That how on earth Eli Manning escaped that pocket, dude? Like,
but you're not even looking. Did you even watch Mario Manningham's catch? It was arguably more impressive.
Was it though?
Yes, you have to look this up. Look up Mario Manningham's Super Bowl catch because that is
if you're
what
just
got
now
them.
Popping in, welcome to the Guys Night podcast where we Google and search shit mid fucking conversation.
Absolutely.
We just feel. Oh, look at that.
Oh, would you look at that? The first fucking result.
It's
Mario Manningham's.
YouTube is listening to us live right here. All right.
So this is what gets them into the spot to line them up for David Tyree's catch. I'm pretty sure.
All right, we're gonna have to fucking let this commercial play here for a second. Let me.
Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Guys Night podcast. As always, we talk sports, lifestyle, politics, whatever. Just guys being dudes over here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below what your favorite moment was, and by all means, tell us if we're right and wrong.
All right, here it is. Hold on a second. Let's repeat this back.
So they're at the 9 or 10 yard line.
Yeah, I was gonna
right
say
here.
there's so much about this drive that I forgot until I started looking it up. But it was a 90-yard touchdown drive, right? It wasn't they had like the last 5 minutes of the game. This is 4 minutes left, so this must be the first play. But I don't remember this one, so let's. It's not a better catch. I mean, that's a sick catch.
So in double coverage against the sideline, it might as well be triple.
Oh, that is. Wow.
So this is a great catch. So I don't think this isn't the same Super Bowl, I think.
This is the same Super Bowl.
No. So this had to be later on. This had to be later on then because what we just watched was the Patriots were up 14 and David Tyree's catch was number 10. Or the Giants score was 10. It was 14-10 when David Tyree made that catch. If I could spit the words out there.
Oh, this was it earlier in the game? I didn't even see.
Yeah.
2011.
And I believe that
this isn't the same game.
No,
this is the one that they lost. The Giants lost that game.
No, they won that game because
this is one right here.
Yeah, they did because that's the second beat. Eli beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
Oh wow. I forget that he lost twice. Anyhow,
so my bad. I'm mixing those two up, but even still, talk about an impressive catch in a Super Bowl right there.
Yeah, that's a sick catch. It's still, I mean,
honorable mention.
It's still not like hands on the ball from the defender against your helmet. Like, just think of how much effort you had to put squeezing that football. Talk about catching with your hands and your helmet. Like, that is just one of the most remarkable catches. Yeah. And that was arguably on my top. That would have been on my top 3 as well if you didn't already pick it. Speaking of Tom Brady, what's up, Tom Brady doing commercial for fucking Pizza Hut now? That is just so lame.
Gotta get the bag, big dog. Gotta get the bag.
All right, my number 2, and this is more so just because I was a diehard Cleveland Browns fan when they left in '99. You weren't born yet, so you
was born in '99.
Oh, 98.
98. Sorry,
you won't remember this because being like 6 weeks old. The Cleveland Browns were favored to win the Super Bowl in '98.
Okay,
they just had traded for I don't know, Andre Rison, like right before the year before that. I
think
from
the Bills.
No, not Andre Rison. Yeah, Andre Rison, right? From the Falcons.
Oh, okay.
Married to Lisa Left Eye Loeb from TLC.
Who the hell is that?
Oh my God. This is why you tune into the Guys Sports Night podcast. So you can see 2 generations mash information.
You can also look at an uncultured individual go up against one of the most cultured people on the planet. Never been out of the country. Shit, I'm lucky if I even left my neighborhood.
So, all right. So just to give you an idea, to complete that trade, Art Modell had to go get like $10 million cash out of the bank to give to Andre Rison when we traded for him.
Yeah, okay.
Then Andre Rison's wife, who was Lisa Loeb, one of the singers of TLC, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing water. Yeah, it's a great song.
So she burned down his house.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. It was
I didn't know that. What the fuck?
And then the Cleveland Browns moved in '99. So my Super Bowl is the 2001 Super Bowl. The Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl with like the most probably like boring football team of all time. Trent Dilfer threw for 150 yards in the Super Bowl and 1 touchdown, but the Ravens defense was just awesome. But even when I look back at it, like thinking that was like the defense with like Ed Reed and stuff like that, it wasn't. It was just Ray Lewis and like a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
Before like Peter Boulware and all those guys.
Still don't know who that is.
But just thinking like they won the Super Bowl in 2001, like that, with basically the same Browns team. Matt Stover was the kicker. Like, heartbroken, dude, because that was our team. That should have been the Cleveland Browns Super Bowl. They left us, started something new, and then they win. And Mardell got a fucking Super Bowl, and screw all of that.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2. Your number 2.
My number 2 was the Malcolm Butler interception at the goal line, Patriots versus Seahawks. That arguably broke up the dynasty for the Seahawks there, because that play call is so controversial. It's the right play call. Your second, it's second down. Typically you go for that pass play right there.
Well, not only that, but if you don't complete it, you live to play another down, you still have time on the clock.
Yeah. So
like
it was only 24 seconds left. People don't really remember the fact
that
it
24.
It was 24 seconds left. It was 24, 28 with 25 seconds left at the game.
We're going to find out right now, because I'm going to actually, there he is again, selling fucking pizzas. Listen here, if you're wondering what Tom Brady,
I can guarantee you, Tom Brady has never eaten Pizza Hut in his life.
100% agree. Not only though is he own the Las Vegas Raiders, but he is selling you Domino's,
Pizza Hut.
All right, or Pizza Hut. So
again, you're at the 1 yard line.
27 seconds left in the game. It's second down, dude. Hold on. Before this, arguably one of the most dominating runs in football history by a running back was beast mode, when he broke like 11 tackles on one run. I believe that was this
that
drive.
Was not this game.
It wasn't this drive?
That wasn't even close to this game. No.
Why do you say it wasn't close to this game?
Because it wasn't. That was against the Saints when Tracy Porter flew off of him. That was not the same game, brother.
Really?
Not even close.
All right. Well,
what you're thinking of here is this Jermaine Kearse catch. Do you not remember that? They bobbled it, and he kicked it up with his foot and brought it into his chest, got up and got tackled. That's what led them right here, dude.
I don't remember.
You look up. Do me a favor. Do me a favor though, really quickly, to get some context into this.
Let's watch the actual play first, because Super Bowl's on the line, second down. I mean, obviously it makes sense. 25 seconds left. Live to play another day. You could always run on third down. You could always run on fourth down. But did not go. Oh. When he walks his back, I gotta remember where I was doing the game. Brady got lucky as shit. That's when you just knew the Patriots were like they couldn't stop that gun any faster, Pete Carroll.
Pre-cosmetic surgery Brady.
Rookie free agent. Wow. God, what a great pick, too. Yeah. There she blows. There she blows.
So do yourself a favor, look up Jermaine. Just type in Jermaine Kearse Super Bowl catch in YouTube. You'll see how they got there. Boom.
Oh, shit, not touchdown.
Makes one of the greatest Super Bowl catches of all time.
All right.
Yeah, we don't know. Add redacted.
Bro, enough Tom Brady and Pizza Hut. My favorite part of the NFL I miss the most is saying good. That's how the commercial fucking starts.
Add redacted.
This is what got me. Oh my God, I don't even remember that.
How do you not remember that? What's happening there?
God.
How the fuck do I know that? I fucking knew that.
Dude, I forgot. Look at that fucking happened.
He breaks it up. He's got it.
Wow. Oh,
yeah, brutal. Dude. You're thinking of when Tracy Porter And this was against the Saints with beast mode. That's the moment you're thinking of. That was not a Super Bowl.
Either way, you still had fucking Marshawn Lynch in that game, and he is beast
mode. He was a dog. Yeah, he's a great play. So
yeah, dude, another great game though, man. That was like super memorable. All right, my third and final game, Rams versus Titans, dude.
The Music City Miracle, or not the Music City Miracle. This was the 1 yard short
line, dude.
Okay.
And I was like, just to think when I see this, like, what worse way to lose a Super Bowl than to fall just. Sorry, my thing is not pulling up. To fall just short. So if you guys don't remember, yeah, dude, this is brutal. No, that's never end up one. Now, this game wasn't just awesome because of like this play, though. This is like the greatest show on turf. Like, this Rams team was so sick.
Is this a Kurt Warner led team?
Yeah, Kurt Warner threw for like 400 yards in this game.
He won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, he did win a Super Bowl. They won another one.
Really? Why do I not remember Kurt Warner?
Didn't Kurt
Warner? That's not Kurt Warner's team, bro.
This is Kurt Warner's team.
Kurt Warner does not have a Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
You don't think he ever made it to the Super Bowl?
No, he made it to the Super Bowl with the Arizona Cardinals, but I don't think he won a Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure this is for like 400 yards. Steve McNair.
Oh, he's a one-time Super Bowl champion. You're right. This is the game.
Oh, I remember this game too. Just over. Just like that. Like, look, everything you know what to do. They're like, is that really it? Like, did we really just lose? Like, this is like the slowest late celebration ever, dude. Victor Meal.
I don't even know who that is.
That's just crazy, dude. Like, that was a fucking awesome game. Like, and I said, like, I remember watching that game. It just makes those games so much better. Yeah, that was the greatest show on turf, dude. That was like,
okay, you're right.
Torrey Holt,
Isaac Bruce, Emmett Smith, Marshall Falk. Yeah,
Emmett Smith never played for the Rams. Marshall Falk.
No, but who was backup to him then? I don't fucking know. No, Emmett Smith played for the
Cardinals at that point.
Yeah, but he also played for the Cowboys. Why am I thinking that it's the Rams? I don't know. I'm losing my shit over here.
But yeah, dude, those are my top three. And you've got one more, I think, right?
Yeah. Greatest comeback ever. 28-3.
Dude, how crazy that all three of your games include the Patriots. Even though
but that's the era that I was born into.
But your adult generation has been a Mahomes generation.
It really has.
3 since you've really been like above a teenager level.
Yeah. I mean, I was 18 when he got drafted and I'm 27 now. So yeah, I mean, all I know is Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Brady.
Yeah.
And then you have the one in between of Joe Burrow with Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford.
And the Rams. Yeah, but other than that, it's always been the Chiefs.
Dude, how bad would it suck? I mean, it sucks because we've never been there as Cleveland fans, but like Cincinnati, dude, second year, Joe Burrow takes your team to the Super Bowl and then you don't sniff it again for 4 years ago?
I mean, there's a lot to divulge into that, but I mean, we don't even need to go into it. I mean, 28-3, we already know what happens. Matt, you have Matty Ice and Julio Jones doing some great stuff. Obviously, they come up short and they choke. One of the greatest catches is Edelman's catch midfield. He gets tackled and he catches it, lets it go, and catches it again. It's one of the greatest catches ever. It's one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. It's something that I don't think I'll ever forget. I remember watching this game, laughing and turning it off, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, shit. Holy shit. Tom Brady's driving on the field. And then all of a sudden, James White pops out of nowhere, and he's in.
Jamel White.
No.
Was it James White?
James White.
Dude, that was a great game. I thought that was going to be a stinker of a Super Bowl too. 28-3.
Yeah.
Shanahan. That was Shanahan offense.
Yeah, that
was he the head coach or offense? He was just OC, right?
Yeah, I think he was OC.
I don't remember who the head coach was. God, dude, to lose a 28-3 lead though, man, that's awful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because that team looked unstoppable all year. I mean, that was Julio's prime. I think Calvin Ridley was on that team too.
It's very possible. That team was pretty stacked at that point in time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I wanted to show you this because unfortunately you've been penalized in life.
What are you about to show me here?
You've been penalized in life by terrible halftime show.
Oh, this year, I bar none is the worst halftime show I'll ever see in my life. I would much rather have Creed.
Who is it? Big Baby, Bad Baby.
It's Bad Bunny.
Bunny, whatever the fuck. But
in which he says you got to learn Spanish if you want to enjoy the Super Bowl halftime show.
God. So
clown.
This right here is the greatest halftime show ever.
Yeah.
It goes back to my Super Bowl. And 93 is probably my first Super Bowl that I really remember.
Okay.
Like I was into trading sports cards. So
I was
like,
-5 and you were in the middle of your junk wax
I was
era.
a huge Michael Jackson fan. And he played the Super Bowl, arguably one of the greatest of all time. Here we go. Michael Jackson, 1993. Yeah.
God, this was filmed on a potato. Holy shit, dude. That's what TV show.
This is the Super Bowl. Like, just look at the stadium, dude. It's at the Rose Bowl.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just noticed that now. It's crazy. Oh my, he got Willikers. How did he do that?
Like, realistically, though, let's think about this. This was 35 years ago, roughly. The technology back then was a little bit less than this was probably filmed with a VHS. Yeah, we've got 2 hours tonight. Congratulations on all our success.
Not really. You've made it this far.
He does this for 2 minutes.
Great for your love life.
He doesn't make it. He makes it 2 minutes without. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? YouTube in the middle of a live stream.
Ad redacted, by the way.
Two minutes doesn't move, dude.
A lot of hair for a chick. What's his pants? Why is his pants?
It was Michael Jackson, though. It was like his style.
Wearing short pants.
Yeah.
He's wearing like monster
clothes, bro.
Get ready for some high waters.
This is like this. More people tune in to watch the halftime show for this than any every year ever. A little Billie Jean throwback. Oh, iconic.
Dude, I wish I was born in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, man. I hate this generation. This generation of life sucks.
Dude, you know what? Just look at the experience. And you know what you don't see?
A phone.
You don't see one phone, dude. Yeah. Not one phone in the stand. You don't have like flying drones. This video, you got boom arms moving on the stage in order to get the lighting
funny.
right.
What you guys can't see right now behind us is a bunch of drones and boom arms and all that technology shit. Take his word, the biggest grain of salt you can find in Lake Erie.
Hey, I'm just saying, dude. Like this was like
you didn't have that back then.
I watched this on a 30, probably 25-inch tube TV that probably weighed more than I did at 10 years old, and like. This was like your chance to see your favorite music. Like this is really the only chance you got to watch your famous artists. Like unless you were watching like VH1 or MTV music videos. Yeah. Like my parents didn't take us to concerts, and it's funny because these concerts probably cost like $10 to go to because they used to fit 100,000 people into them versus you know now. And the fact that like
100,000 people doesn't cost $1 million.
Well, and you think about it now, like the halftime shows that they're not productions like this. They're like bull crap. Nobody's actually singing, lip syncing, like rip a fucking titty nipple off for Janet Jackson in order to get people to watch. Like you know, it's just different game.
I wish I could have known what that life was like back then. And I think I was the last generation even really grew up on VHS tapes and tube TVs, and before everything went digital. Yeah. I am the last generation. I remember watching how I got into I love music. It's one of my biggest passions. Like outside of sports, I'm a big music guy. I love live music and concerts and everything. But I remember vividly growing up on you're going to laugh at me when I say this, a illegally recorded Shania Twain VHS tape of her doing a whole show performance. That since has been destroyed. FBI, relax. I don't know where it is. I lost it completely. But yeah, that's what my parents got me to grow up on. Was that that's how I got into music. Like I didn't know of Michael Jackson until he died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that was in 2008, 2009.
Yeah, roughly. It's just so funny when you look back because now obviously, I have all this technology in here, or just technology in general.
But if you could go back and live
I lived like that, and now I live like this,
it's crazy.
It is because it's funny. Like my parents would be like, I remember we didn't have color TVs, but that's about the only difference between 78 to 98.
Can I share a fact with you here?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to have some perspective here when I say this. My father was 9 years old when the first Super Bowl happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Sliced bread was maybe 10 years old into existence when my father was born.
That's insane.
Okay. Think about that.
Just a life how different.
World War II ended 10 years after my father was born.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
And look at it now. Now he has an iPhone. Now he's addicted to technology and stuff like that. If I could, I truly wish I could. I wish I was born in that time, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could have grown up in this era and in this time and understand life truly without both of these things attached to me all at once.
Well, not only that, but think about this. You want to go see not the Super Bowl halftime show, but obviously you want to go see a concert.
Yeah.
You had to go to the ticket booth at the Coliseum or wherever it was being played, and you had to get in line to buy tickets. You couldn't buy them online. You had you could call in there, but they couldn't run a credit card over the phone back then. You couldn't Apple Pay people to pay them back.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that you just don't realize how far we've come. All right. You've reached the end of the show. Congratulations. You get a prize. That prize is you get to hear the game. Name the league.
Oh, fuck.
I got 5 names or team names that you are going to associate with one league or another.
What you got?
I started off with an easy one. Walker Buehler.
Okay, he's a pitcher. Last time I thought he pitched was for the Red Sox.
Dodgers is what I had, but I could be wrong.
Yes, you're wrong.
All right. You are correct, sir. Major League Baseball pitcher. Storm Duck.
Oh, Storm Duck. He's not an NHL player. Pretty sure he's a college football player.
He's an NFL player now.
Oh, he is an NFL player.
Played for the Dolphins, defensive back for the good job out of you, dude.
Yep.
I can even fucking write my own fucking things. Bones Highland.
Oh, Bones Highland. He's an NBA player.
Yes, congratulations. Look at it, 2 out of 3. All right. Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Bro, he's the outfielder, or he's an infield player for the New York Yankees.
Congratulations. And the last one is what did I want to do this? Who is the hockey club?
The hockey club? The hockey club. I don't know. The Seattle Kraken.
That is the NHL's newest expansion team, drafted last year, the Utah Hockey Club.
Oh,
haven't had a team. Don't have a team name yet. Don't have a team name. Just
yeah.
Going with the hockey club. So yeah, you've made it 2 hours. Appreciate you guys all tuning in.
Hey, well, maybe for next time, maybe let's maybe make some names for the Utah
Hockey Club.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Do you think the Utah Super Soakers is available?
Well, anything with ice right now is doing really well on social media.
Yeah.
Maybe the Utah Ice Hitters.
Sure.
Fighting ice.
Yeah. The ice molds.
The ice fighters.
Yeah. Sure.
If you've got a name idea for the Utah Hockey Club, please feel free to comment below. Thanks for sticking around this long. Next week, Super Bowl is just 5 days a week, so we'll recap that. And then the following week, I'll actually be in Atlanta. So shout out to the Pro Cheer League who reached out. I would love to be there live and happy to interview a couple of the male cheerleaders that are athletically advanced way beyond my possibilities and capabilities as they continue to razzle and dazzle the rest of the world with the new Pro Cheer League. So get your popcorn out and find the On Network so you can catch it next Friday.
Make sure you grab me some merch. I wear size XL, please.
Size XL.
Size
Great.
XL, please.
You prefer Miami, Atlanta, Dallas, or Golden State?
Just send me a picture.
Just send you a picture of something pretty.
Yeah, sure.
You like blue or red?
Blue.
Sparkles or no?
Sure, why not? It brings out my eyes.
Guys, thanks for joining us live every Tuesday. You'll see Ed and I here as we continue to grow this. We appreciate your help. Like, subscribe, comment, share, join the channel, join the podcast. If you want to be a guest, we can bring you in virtually. We'd love to have you. If you want to come sit down here in the basement, we'd be happy to do that as well. Until next week, good night, everybody.
See ya.